Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Oh, we got to turn that up. There we go. I have a sincere question. I'm not going to curse or swear. And I want comments below. I want disagreement. Why do you feminists date? Why? What? I went through this. The link is down below to the book and the thing, and I did the stuff and the things and the woo and all that other stuff. But in preparation, because I had to do research, I couldn't just like come out with a book and say like, hey, X, Y, and Z and 5 and 2, and the answer is always 42 to something. I had to go do some research, and one of the things I researched to be empirical, intellectually honest. I don't know if that's a concept to you feminists out there, but I wanted to say, all right, what's out there? What's out there? I'm gonna be intellectually honest. I'm gonna go in. And I went through 900 profiles, very methodologically spread across different segments of society, make sure it's all statistically significant and real. And every great once in a while, I'd run across a feminist dating profile. And it was shocking, amazing, confusing, all that combined. Because I'm like, all right, you understand your job is on the dating profile anyway, is like sell yourself to somebody else, not in a human slave manner. But like it's to sell yourself. Like, hey, I'm Lady Y, and this is why you should date me. And it was all, frankly, hatred of men. It was. I mean, it wasn't even like, well, I lean to the left and I believe in Marx and we should enslave all the productive people so that I can get free abortions. But by God, you scumbag people with the peens. I was like, why are you here then? Not only because, like, on the premise, because I don't know if you know, you reminded pretty much all of us, but you don't need us. And here you are needing us, at least wanting us. It was very confusing on that perspective. And I thought, well, maybe she's just a confused girl. Maybe she's just a spoiled little girl from the suburbs. Maybe daddy paid her way through Middlebury to get her degree in social justice. She's going to change lives. And like Salams, our good friend who happens to be one of our many black agents in the field, she's going to save him. Don't worry, black people. Rich, liberal, white women from the suburbs whose mom and dad paid for everything are here to take care of you. It's all okay now. Ignore that Detroit thing. And the previous mayor of Minneapolis was from Wayzata. Look it up. But not only was I confused on the general philosophical premise, you're on a dating site looking for men. But then when you look through your profiles, you actively hate and yell on men. And I'm very libertarian. I'm very open-minded. Like, let's say you're really a dog person. Okay? Like, I really like dogs and screw the cat people. Oh, they all got to be banished to hell. Or you're a Cubs fan. Oh, Cubs are nothing else. If you don't like the Cubs, like, by God, you Brewers fan, go to hell. By the way, the Brewers are never going to ever win a World Series for those of you in Milwaukee. But when you say you're a Cubs fan and screw everyone else, or you're a Brewers fan and say everyone else, it does not negate and prevent you from your goal of being on an online dating site. And when you say, I'm team woman, and by God, let's get off the balls of all the men, and I hate men, which is in your dating profile, it is completely contradictory and hypocritical. And I'm wondering, why are feminists even on dating sites? Presumably straight, which is like 98% of the people out there. I know it hurts. Go file your complaints somewhere else. I don't know. I don't care. What were you thinking? It is I'm being serious. I am being serious. Why are you wasting your precious finite moments in time in life setting up a dating profile, going through all the, I guess you got to pay. I don't know. I haven't been on a dating site ever. I got out of it, but I presume women have to pay too. It's not just men, because equality. I mean, don't women have to pay? And then there's some time investment too. It's not just financial cost, but there's a time investment. You set up this dating profile to hate on the product that you presumably through this service want to get with. Like, do you really think men are a commodity? Okay, here's this die. It's made of plastic. Do you think men are plastic? Do you think I'm talking here like I'm a digital non-sentient representation that somebody programmed a hologram? Like y'all thought Tupac Shakur was still alive? You think this is, I'm not real, that men don't have sentient independent thought, even though we've pretty much created every scientific advancement. I think we've kind of proved and established our sentience, our individual, and our sovereignty. And your goal is like, I like dogs. Let me set up a dating profile where I show myself beating the crap and shooting dogs. I really want to know that. I really want to know that. Why do you feminists even bother dating? And this is where I got to be intellectually honest. I don't think most feminists hate men. Only 40% of you hate them. But the remaining 60% of you are you, this is a serious philosophical question I have. Are you aware that men are separate sentient entities and beings and humans, and they have their own minds and preferences and tastes and desires and incentives? Because to date or just to get involved in a relationship requires selflessness, and you would have to consider the other person's goals and wants and desires. Now, what instigated this was I have an agent in the field who keeps sending me dating profiles from a particular major metro area. And it's hilarious when I get these profiles and they're fat. Now, look, don't know if you knew this about men. Men don't like fat chicks. I know, Okay, the department is like 300 miles that way, but you can't walk a quarter mile. So, well, I guess maybe you get yourself an Uber or a flight or something on the government dime, because you don't have money for a 300-mile drive down to the department. But he was showing me these profiles, and I'm getting the impression, correct me if I'm wrong, do you feminist girls, when you put feminism and you men and are you aware there's a counterparty to this? That you just don't go to the man store and get yourself a man and he obey. I mean, it's not like my cell phone here, which, when I boop, boop, beep, 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 it's a finite sentient thing. It's not a being, it's a thing. Do you really think men are like that? Do you really think men are just there to serve you? Do you really think men are going to eat? Any man worth his salt, any human being worth their salt is going to tolerate your like you don't even lead, like, hey boy, it's a hot day. It's a hot, humid, smuggy, muggy day in Kansas. Boy, I really want a lemonade. Now, I want a lemonade, which is sweet and cold, a little bit sugary. And you come in with sawdust, and if I don't like the sawdust, I'm somehow a bigot. I somehow hate women. No, I really wanted a lemonade. Why is sawdust? Are you aware there's other people involved in relationships? I guess that's the main question. Are you feminists aware? Because I looked at the dating profiles. I looked at the 900. The guy sent it to me. I'm looking at him. I'm like, wow, are you feminists even aware there's another counterparty involved in dating? I guess that's that in business negotiations or salary negotiations, but about the concept of a relationship, you are relating, I know many of you have your English degree, to another person. That person has equal rights, equal sovereignty, equal rights of their own preferences, tastes, and choice. Are you aware they might have some requirements before they invest their time in you? And so I just love watching these dating feminists. You guys want to see something funny yet tragic, but it's funny because it's not tragic to you, it's tragic to them. Go look at a feminist dating profile. Please go do it. It is hilarious. Only because it's not us. We're not that delusional. I think men have moved on. By the way, link to the book down below, Analyzing the ROI on the Pursuit of Women. I think well, you don't have a choice. It's been beaten into you what the realities of the dating market is. But I'm wondering what cocoon, what cacophony, what echo chamber have you women, feminist women, been brought up in? That really, guys, look at. Okay, let me end the tongue in cheek. Not one feminist is going to listen to this. Guys, you want a funny joke? Ladies who are traditional and you want to thank your lucky stars you're not psychotic and you wasted your lives, go look at a feminist dating profile. Go look at them. They actually think in their heads, I got to take them at face value because I have no other empirical evidence, that they're going to just yell at the thing that they want to get. Like, I don't know about you, but maybe my grandpa was, my grandpa, let me tell you about him. He was the most amazing, wonderful guy. But he was one of those guys that had the patience to feed squirrels out of his hand. Now, I don't know if you knew this, the way you feed squirrels out of your hand is you don't act like a menacing, hate-filled thing towards squirrels. Step 1, don't hate squirrels. Step 2, don't attack squirrels. If you want squirrels to feed out of your hand, maybe be friendly towards the squirrels. It's the opposite. But here's what I want everybody to get. Merry Christmas. Here's my Christmas gift to everybody. Isn't it telling that even feminists are on dating sites? Isn't that telling? Is that a little insight into the world? That for all their blustery front, deep down inside, they just want a guy? And deep down inside, even though they vote to enslave you and take more of your money so they can whatever. Enrich themselves, basically, is the number one thing. Bail themselves out of student loans, get government programs to create things for them to take care of other women, children the other women didn't want to raise because they're also feminists and you have time to raise their own child. They just want to have children because children are things. Isn't it nice to see look on the bright side, feminist dating profiles? I could have sworn you don't need no man, fish, bicycle, girl boss trademark. And I understand you're going to get but I would like a man. Yes, but I have yet to see a feminist profile where you're pro-man instead of lecturing and sermoning and lording, by the way, of which all men have had since the kindergarten. Let's get 5th grade. I was going to say since 5. That's kindergarten. We're aware. Yeah, we got the message. Yeah. And when you're like, I'm trying, and it's like me taking a pock shot at a squirrels with a pellet gun and wondering, why aren't the squirrels eating out of my hand? Now, again, Cappy ain't crazy. Cappy logical. Cappy grounded. Crappy. Cappy based. I'm not delusional to think that these girls are going to wake up and realize what they're doing. This, again, is my Christmas gift to you guys. Look at all the feminist dating profiles. You guys want to have yourself a Merry, Merry Christmas. Look at the feminist dating profiles as they hate on men and they might be little. I can't say it, and it rhymed. It was good. It was time, but I can't say it. Something files, and that's why they're all middle school girl teachers. The little kids. Just look at them. Look at them. Nature doesn't change. I don't care what programming and indoctrination those boomer feminists gave them, and their teachers gave them, the professors gave them. They don't need you. But why? The iron, yet then they look for men. Why are you looking for men? Why? Why? It's so curious to me. Why are you looking? Oh, could it be really deep down inside, you're wrong. No, and the ring and the comments and the things down below it. And then notice I didn't curse. I'm going to monetize. Well, it's not monetize, it's to get it out there. But Merry Christmas, everybody. I know, well, frankly, there's a lot of knives stuck in the back of various different groups of men where their women have traded their men in for a government check or the government. Or for just feminism. And that is coming to a head. You can watch a video or two ago on that. But as with the universe of physics, there's always equilibrium. And when you have a generation or three of women just basically putting knives in the back of men, there is a consequence. And that is like now with the boomers, 3 generations of spinsters. 3 generations of spinsters. So if you guys want a Merry Christmas, go online. Well, I guess, do you have to have a Match account? Do you have to have an account to watch? Like, can you watch the train wreck? Do you have to buy a ticket? Just seriously, guys, go look at the feminist dating profiles. Go look at them. It's hilarious. It's great. And by the way, everybody, get yourself a Merry Christmas. Go buy the book down below, The Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI of the Pursuit of Women. But I'm sending this out there. Please forward, share to all your feminist friends. Why? I want to know, why do you feminists even date? Why? Do you value men? Do you want them in your life? Do you? I'm just wondering. And if you do, I'll give you the golden ticket. Show me a lady says, I'm feminist, but then doesn't slam on men in her dating profile. I want to know that. I do. Oh, I know all you cute girls under 30. I'm a feminist because I was told to be. Do you know what you're saying? It's like 1937. I'm a Nazi. I'm proud to be a Nazi. Really? Do you know what you're saying? Did you look at the platform? Have you seen what your people are doing? Okay. For whatever reason, you yahoos on Christmas. God bleep it, guys. Swoolah Blue. Hey, Merry Christmas, Swoolah Blue. Are you... I almost guarantee everybody here is a bachelor or bachelorette with like dysfunctional families, or like the broken children toys, the broken toys children, whatever. It's good to have you all here. Merry Christmas, everybody from Cappy. Swoolah Blue, a regular Percival of Swoolah Blue. What should I get next? I have How Not to Become a Millennial and Worthless. Nothing to do with it. Poor Richard's Retirement. Oh, okay. 1 of 2 things, Swoolah Blue. It depends. I don't know you personally. You either get Poor Richard's Retirement or you get Reconnaissance Man. I'm going to lean towards Reconnaissance Man because I think that's what every young man and woman, because believe it or not, we actually love women more than feminists do because we don't lie to you. And has this guy ever told you to go $150,000 in debt for a women's studies degree? No, he hasn't. Look at me. I love women more than a women's studies professor ever did. Yeah, probably get Reconnaissance Man. And then go travel. That's going to be the most beneficial. Poor Richard's Retirement, you can postpone that one. You can kick it down. But I think if you read through those and got the crap kicked out of you, I don't think you need any more beating. I think you know the real world. We got to go X Salams. Hey, Merry Christmas, X. How you doing? He's a regular guy. He kind of pokes his head in every once in a while. TJ Aftershock. U of Michigan banned the word picnic? Picnic? Do I even want to know why the University of Michigan banned the word picnic? Oh, God, Jesus. We're going to have to look it up, guys. Picnic. There it is. Offensive. Stop using the word picnic. IT department told stop using the word picnic. It could harm morale. Crack the whip. University of Michigan's Information and Technology Services Words Matter Task Force. To effectively communicate with customers, it is important for ITS, information IT services, to evaluate the terms and language convention. 36 recommendation. Oh, then it goes off. I don't care. Do you guys care? I mean, look, forget the normies. Forget the conformies. Forget the inferiors. They're all elites, okay? Anyone tuning in here is elite. Go to school online. Don't even attend a real physical college. Unless you absolutely have to because it's engineering or medical school or chemistry, you need like equipment. But if you're in IT, if you're in accounting, if you're in anything that can be conveyed over the internet completely and fully, don't go to a physical school. Just get out of those cults. They're beyond Marxist. They're mentally ill. Brotherly bra. Okay, there we go. New guy or gal, $5. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, brotherly. Thank you. Who's this? This charitable affirmative action F. You're taking a break for Christmas. What do you mean you're taking a break for Christmas? We're all taking a break for Christmas. Look, I guarantee you this, Jack. We're all kind of irked. There's like nothing to do. It's like, I guess there's nothing to do. Hey, remember that time the baby boomers had a bunch of kids they didn't want to raise and they're wondering where there's Christmases not happening? Hey, Merry Christmas to all you Gen Xers, even if you happen to be a millennial. To all you latchkey kids, have a very latchkey Christmas. Tune in to the Cappy Show where you're all giving me freaking money. Where was this when I was in college? I could have bought so much food and not have dropped down to 118 pounds. Christian Matico, I don't know if he's Spanish, Italian, Hispanic. We don't know. But for $5 generous, he says, Merry Christmas, brother. Keep spreading the good word. Was an English major, now I work in finance. Escaped the indoctrination camp in building now. Okay, good. You went from North Korea to China, I think. From an English to a finance degree. You could have gone Singapore with STEM or engineering, but you're way better off with a finance degree than you are with an English major. Dan C's. Again, a lot of new people here today. $5. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Dan. Merry Christmas. I hope Santa brought you guys a lot of good stash. Hey, let me tell you something. I would like to tell you a story now. All right, so my stepdad, who's one of the most badass dudes there ever was, 7 tours voluntarily in Vietnam. So I went through, we were over there and I went through stuff. But he had his old school Vietnam aviator glasses stolen for reasons I'm not going to go into. I was not guilty. Don't think, oh, Cleary, what did you do? You all assume I have ill intent. It wasn't me. So they're gone. I went online. They're not cheap, by the way. And I found an authentic pair of aviator glasses. I don't know about you, but there was like some delay. I was around, man, am I going to get this from my stepdad? And so I replaced his old school, those gold, dark green, gray lens glass, kind of square. Goose and Top Gun, he was wearing them. Because I was like in the middle of today and back then and the way before time. And I gave it to him. He really liked them. It was really cool. Like, here you go. Oh, the girls are going to dig me now. He's still smart. So have a Merry Christmas, all you latchkey kids. Judd Grover for $5. Merry Christmas, Cappy. Thanks for your selfless talk on dating women. Selfless. I went through freaking hell dating them. It's not selfless. Look. What sadist would I be? I'm not joking. What sadist would I be after going through all this effing hell? Through divorced family, broken homes, worthless degrees, the academia, the lies, the boom. What kind of a weapons grade prick would I be if I didn't warn the kids after me, my fellow humans after me? Now, what's great, no one ain't going to listen to me because they're, oh my God, I can major in the woman studies and get a sociology degree and a law degree and change the lives and make the happenings. Don't worry about that. But this isn't, okay. Am I going to the upper echelons of heaven? No. Is St. Peter going to begrudgingly let me in? Yes. You know why? Because I'm going to go for gutter level heaven. Because at least I warned people before me. Said, hey, don't that like, well, yeah, but you did this. You're a philanderer. You're a scumbag. You lied. You cheated. I don't know if I cheated anybody. I don't think I cheated anybody. I lied. I was a philanderer. I was a scumbag. Don't think I ever cheated anybody. It's the Economist to me. But at least you told people the truth. Right there. Sewer level heaven. That's where I'm going, boys and girls. Yeah. Where's Cappy? Oh, he's down in the sewers. I'd imagine the sewers smell fragrant in heaven. I don't know. I'm not going to expect to sit at the right hand of God. I'm not expecting to sit next to the actual real Aaron that kind of helped Moses. What was he? His assistant, his adjutant, his secretary? It was a horrible one. I don't know how the heck you end up lost in the desert on the Sinai Peninsula, which isn't that big, by the way, anyway. How you get lost for 40 effing years with tens of thousands at least? Tens of thousands, I got to imagine. How does nobody know where north is? How? Ask that question when you're a 7-year-old boy in parochial Nazi concentration camp, Wisconsin Synod School. Well, how did it doesn't look that big on the map. You just gonna burn in hell, Aaron, which is not true because all my teachers over at the parochial school actually are gonna burn in hell because they're really evil. I'm scum. I'm not evil. Selfless because you and Vince are secretly a couple. No, me and Vince, I presume you mean we're masculine geeks. We are not a couple. We are not a couple. Just kidding. Do more bachelor pad theater. Yeah, I gotta. The only reason I haven't done more bachelor pad theater is because I don't. My ascot and smoker jacket are tucked away. They're packed. Wait till I get to the South Dakota house. We'll have that. Look at it. Look at all you idiots donating this money. I just wanted to riff off on feminist dating profiles. That's it. Now I'm making more than the average feminist does in an activist or an adjunct in women's studies. I make more money by accident than women do by design because it's true. It's so funny. Traveler 4444 $10. Here on the left coast, what men want is irrelevant. Merry Christmas to us all. Yeah, if it's irrelevant, then drop out. Drop out. There's no reason. If they're not, guys, you're a sentient human being. I don't care how driven you are by your hormones. You're alive. You're awake. You're human. You have human rights. I don't mean this in what's been indoctrinated or enshrined in the UN's, even the U.S. Constitution. I mean, like, in terms of, like, not wasting your time, which is the ultimate human right. If girls like, well, ask yourself the question, would I be happier fishing or going on a coffee date with this girl? If the answer is fishing, go fishing. Go where your money is treated best. Go to where your time is treated best. What are you missing out on? I mean, really, what are you going to miss out on? Sean Patrick for $10. Merry Christmas, Cappy. I'm sending so many of my friends links to your YouTube channel and books. I am your age. It feels it's my duty now to smarten them up a younger generation. All right. Hold on, Sean. Are you sending it to people our age? Because if you are, you're just going to piss everyone off. You're going to lose all your friends in your network. You can't. It's like Judaism. All right. Christians, some sects, not all, and the evangelicals, particularly Jehovah, they're always selling. They're always selling. Muslims also always sell through join us or die, which is a salesmanship point. That's a little aggressive. A little. Not really one I'd recommend, but there's salesmanship. But if you look at the Jews, like, no, we're an elite club. Go screw yourselves. And that makes it, well, hey, whoa, hang on. I'm not good enough for you. I am not good enough for you. What does it take to become one of you? And now they got you. They got you. It's the same thing with the red pill. Same thing with women. You don't force yourself on people. Don't force the red pill. Dude, just the best thing you can do is get a younger man and a younger gal and like, hey, here's a book. Reconnaissance Man. pretty apolitical. Bachelor pad economics, pretty apolitical. Touches of politics in there, but pretty apolitical. I would even say the black man's got poverty, if you happen to be of the black persuasion. Hey, here you go. It has to be by definition, because liberals are obsessed about race because they're the real racists, has to be political, but surprisingly not political, quite apolitical. Information in there would go for any race, doesn't mean black or not, but tailored towards the black race. Just don't sell. Just like, here you go. Please read this. Worthless would be another book. Here you go. I don't want you to waste. What's $100,000? Take them to the bank. You know what $100,000 is? It's more than your mom ever made. Until she divorces your father, then she'll make $100,000. But don't worry about it. You won't be privy to the finances on that. The Book of Numbers, link down below. All right, catching up. Judd Grover, you should definitely do Red Afternoon with Rob's dad. Yeah. God, could you imagine how pissed off and curmudgeonly that old coot's got to be? Holy cow. Rurb is already, I tell you, I can't imagine. It'd be super Rurb. Clary, you don't understand. I'm really happy compared to my dad. I'm like, holy cow, if Rob's happy compared to his dad. Oh my goodness. We got to get Rob's dad. We should hang on. We should all do dad hour. We should all get our dads on, and then they can all curmudgeonly, what's the word I'm looking for? Commiserate about how big, miserable failures their son. We get Rob's dad, my dad, Mr. Elkins. I think Atham's dad still. We get all the dads in who just like, hey, what's your idiot son do? My son's an idiot. I know you think you got an idiot. Wait till you see my son. He's a bigger idiot. It would be great. The commiserating of the dads. Because they don't know how we do it. They don't know how we make money. Like, it's radio, Dad, but it's on the internet now. My dad's pretty savvy. He does know that. Rob's dad. Oh, God, that'd be. Fred Freeman Sowell for $5. I dated my feminist coworker for a while. 2 mistakes there. 1 feminist, 2 coworker. And I'm not saying, edgy, don't date feminists. No, don't date feminists. Just don't. Because they're one of 2 things. They're either like, I'm a feminist too. So they're brainwashed and they're conformists and not really a genuinely independent, individual-minded, intelligent woman. Or they are actual feminists and they hate your guts. And I'm sorry, ladies, until I see you start advocating fair law, I'm going to just assume you hate our guts. Because you do. She was bi at her 7 sisters college and was in my profession. What's a 7 sisters college? She just wanted to tie me down and dominate. Yeah, well, okay. Feminists, anyone tuning in still to this point, please go away, go get yourself. We're going to talk about you. You're not part of this conversation, though. Here's the thing, Fred. Most of these feminists, and I would say most of young women today, are brainwashed to have a specific political ideology. They're brainwashed to have a specific sociological, beyond politics, a sociological ideology. And a lot of them are confused, and I actually think they're victims. I think it's probably, there's been some horrible things in human society we've done, genocides, and Rwanda, and that funny guy with the mustache, or the guy with the funny money. He wasn't so funny. He was a really horrific man with a funny mustache, and that was maybe the best thing about him was his mustache. Aside from outright killing, I don't think there's been more damage done to a group of people than what leftist feminists, boomer women predominantly, though we could argue Gen X women as well, have done to their sisters, going against their biological programming and programming them to just be miserable. And so when you run into these gals, they're tortured, if that makes any sense, and they don't know what they're doing. And instead of just being friendly and loving and kind and charitable and Hey, make me a sandwich, not because it's degrading, but because you love me. The concept of, okay, Fred, I figured it out. Can you think of anything more, not genocide, atrocity? What's the word I'm looking for? Something against humanity, a sin against humanity. I guess atrocity. Atrocities. Can you think of a bigger atrocity against humanity than replacing love with hate? And that's what feminists have done to about 3 generations of women now. Or certainly envy. I mean, there's a gradation. Envy, suspicion, distrust, and for many of them, hate, where there was love. And that was the one thing that mattered the most, was falling in love. Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love? Oh, I remember you're a commie, baby boomer feminist. Let's cut off his peen because it would make you glean. Da, 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 da. You hate men because I don't know why. We could have swallowed Stalinist propaganda, but you can't say that because it would rhyme and it would be way too cursory. Anyway, yeah, just think about this, Fred. You really got to look at it this way, and maybe this will help a lot of you guys cope. Maybe it'll help you get by or understand. They're not functional. They're not. They're not mentally healthy. They're not mentally. They have been at minimum misled, if not completely propagandized, if not weaponized against you. A lot of, and this is where I'm always leaving it up because you guys read, there's this nice, sweet girl. She claims to be feminist. Like, oh, you're cute. You're just saying what you were told to say. And on top of not only telling you to say what you're told to say about how you're a feminist, you're also going to regurgitate to me that you're independent minded too, because that's what you're told to say. But for a lot of them, you got to realize they are NPCs. They are robots. They have had their lives and sentience and independent mindedness taken out of them. And they have, in doing so, taken away their capacity for love, taken away their capacity to be human. Holy crap. They're no different than the matter of the dirt, the atomic level of dirt. They're hydrogen molecules. They're nothing. And I think that's where maybe a little bit of understanding or forgiveness or compassion. Not a big Christian, not a Christian at all, frankly. Not a liberal, not a leftist. But even in my angry, hate-filled, pessimistic, I have to assess what it is true. Feminism has really just destroyed and taken away any humanity or soul that most women have today. I mean, it's like, wow, your goal is to take love of man and kick that out and replace it with hatred, distrust, weaponizing, antagonism, competitiveness instead of working with men. And I am no male supremacist. That's it. No male supremacist. We don't need no women. Love women. Wish women were around. Love them. I've had some great gals. Fucked up a couple of them. Wish they were. Want women. Women, not men. Not women acting like men. Want women. You understand? A lot of women, they really hate men. And they've programmed a lot of them not to kick that out. And I'm not that arrogant. I don't think most men here are. But I do believe, sorry, ladies, till I start seeing some happy pro-male stuff, I think most women are pretty much programmed to be anti. We don't need men, kick them out. We can do without them. And then I ask a question. What are you going to do without them? What was there if not to fall in love? Okay. No, you got a better idea? Oh, that old pissed off spinster from 1964 tell you a different thought that you should have? Oh, this ought to be good. This is going to be rich. Yeah, tell me. And so, Fred, even though you're like, you're wrong, you're lying, you got to oh, wow, you're going to waste your life. You're going to waste your life hating men. Great. And that's it. And that's the end of you. Gonna freeze my head. I get messed masters degree, oh, like the billions of other women have, but I'm special unique, like all the other girls have. I'm gonna make a difference, like all the other girls do, and I need a pillow, like all the other girls. Like, again, let me introduce you to Mr. Dye. It's plastic, it's a commodity. She'll come and go. And what's sad is if this was a woman or a man, this applies to men too, if this Dye decided to actually be independent-minded and be intellectually honest with itself and fall in love and create things in relationship with human beings, it'd be more than a Dye. But, oh no. Patriarchy! And it remains a piece of plastic because it's programmed. Scott Lutke, regular agent in the field, $2. Best part of Christmas is the Christmas nap. I don't know about that. I haven't had a Christmas nap in a while. I had a nap no more than a week ago. It was nice. It was nice. Did you know, man, for $2, Merry Christmas for me and my 0.00536% future. You paid attention to the numbers because that's not just the base number. You did the math. If you're wondering what your chances are of being romantically successful, is 0.00536%. Everybody go get the book down below. You have a 4.5 in 1,000 chance of being happily married, gentlemen. I had a guy, well, I can't believe the numbers because of his bias. I mean, he kind of skews it. And I understand it's a 100% legitimate critique of my book. Because, of course, I'm going to throw my bias in and my cheeky, cocky attitude. But do you want to read a white paper? Here's what's great about my book. You know, Aaron, what's great about your book? Not only is it the best, most intellectually honest, empirical numbers I could come up with. Guys, I tried. This is not a bias. I'm not trying to skew it. I literally, I took male, female, left, right, whatever paradigm. I set it all aside and I looked at it. This is why I hired an actuary to look at it. But it's like, here's your cake with no icing. Here's your cookies with no cream. Here's your cookie with no ice cream or chocolate sauce. Here's your vanilla scoop, your perfect spherical vanilla with no chocolate syrup. I put a little of my chocolate syrup on there, a little sprinkles, little jimmies. So yes, to the gentleman who's 100% correct and right, there is a bias in the tone. Numbers deadly real. Deadly. And I made several chapters very clear. I am open to changes in the formula or new data. But I got news for you, buddy. I've dated hundreds of women, asked out thousands, and this is over effing 20 years ago. It's only gotten worse, and it's corroborated. Every single experience I've had, it's corroborated. Every single guy's experience out there has had is corroborated. Every anecdotal bit of evidence. It's not, guys, I know you love the poussé. And it blinds you. I gotta go to the light. Stop. Remove it. Has it been fun? Have you been stood up? You have. Is that acceptable? No, it ain't. Are women equal? Yes, they are. Huh? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Never mind. No one's going to get that joke either because you're all too young. It's pretty effing empirical. And matter of fact, as more and more time has gone on, and I've looked, people give me criticism, blah, 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 blah. I'm only more convinced that I did a damn good job. The numbers are pretty darn accurate. They're not 100% accurate. Nothing ever is. Completely still open. And there are some key data points I would love to have in my model that would really tighten up the numbers. This is a damn good estimate. And I challenge any economist, any actuary, any statistician, any data scientist out there, any pollster, because it would actually make my job a lot easier if you're doing the work for me. Challenge me. I'm sick and tired of being proven right. And all you professional, calling me names, getting me fired, getting me disciplined because I am just so good with the numbers and that damn good of an economist. So far, critique. Here it is, open source. You could go ahead and give me more data and more information, but by God, by golly, here comes big-titted Molly. I haven't seen anybody come up with counter evidence. And it's working pretty damn well in the real world, this model, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that. Here's how confident I am for all you wannabe economists out there who are like, hey, I have a doctorate, I have my master's. Oh, Keynes. What's that? I can't hear it. What's that? Get Keynes' dick out of your mouth. I can't hear what you're saying. I was saying modern monetary theory says we can print off everything. Oh, is that what you said? Oh, okay. Anyway, all you posers, I could die tomorrow. I'll be the greatest economist of my generation. Won't be recognized as it. Fortunately, I'll be before my time. Guarantee you. You're going to have to burn my books. You're going to have to hunt this stuff down. You're going to purge it from the internet. I have predicted everything. And then my latest work, which just happens to be, talking about the engine of economic growth. STEM, tradesmen, electricity, garbage man sewers. Just, you can mail it to Aaron Cleary, 123 Main Street, my Nobel Prize in Economics. You can mail that to me, Nobel Prize winning economist committee people. Red sings the blues, $5. Merry Christmas to the coolest a-hole I've been listening to. How can I contact you? I'd like to have you on the show in 2020. Well, email me over at a-hole consult. Go to aholeconsulting.com. Just send me the email. I'm trying to figure out what show you're on, Red Sings the Blues. Which one are you? I was on this kid's show called Tom something. This was yesterday or 2 days ago. He's like, "Why have you tweeted out?" I'm like, "Because it's Christmas Eve, you idiot millennial child. Ain't nobody going to read it. No one's going to like, oh, yeah, you're right. I am right. You see the gray hair? You see me? Look at this. Do you see any millennial? No, I'm Gen X. I actually got testosterone. Though admittedly, statistically low." I'm getting old. Fred Freeman Sowell, $1.99. My high school girlfriend works for The Atlantic. Have you read it? No. I mean, I have. People keep sending me The Atlantic, but it's just okay. Fred, no journalists matter. Black lives matter. All lives matter. No lives matter. No journalists matter. There's no journalists. I don't care if it's CNN or Fox News. You're all biased. You're all propagandists. You're all brown journalists. You're not yellow journalists like the Hearst Foundation that caused the Spanish-American War. By the way, everybody look up their American history. You're all brown journalists. You're all the toilet paper at the checkout line. You're all People Magazine. You're all the logout page at Yahoo. You ought to be dragged out in the street and shot in Minecraft. In Minecraft, not in the real world. In Minecraft. The Young Turks, they ought to all just maybe revisit some things of Armenia. They might want to revisit their history. In Minecraft. Just, oops, where'd they go? Oh my goodness, a bunch of washed up Gen X D-bags voting for more of other people's money? How brave. Do you remember when the Turks were actually like badasses? Now, this goes back, well, they were giving the Russians a run for their money quite some time ago. We could go back to like 1000 AD. Not the actual Ottoman Empire, which I think was more 1100 to about, well, no, beyond 4, about 1800, and they become sick man of Europe. Anyway, but look at your European, Central European / Mideast Empire. Turks were some badass MFers. They gave Peter the Great a run for the money. The Tartars, though, just generally talking to people. Then you got the Young Turks, bunch of spoiled little brats from the suburbs, like it's the freaking Breakfast Club, like it's a John Hughes film. Oh, I'm what's his name? The fat one. He looks like a buffalo. Like, hasn't missed a meal in his life. I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy for you if you're a fat, bloated, obese piece of crap. You're not missing no meals. I've missed meals. Like, here's Sank, that's it. Here's this fat 300-pound piece of lard. I have an opinion. Oh, yeah? Take the free food out of your mouth, you spoiled little brat. Maybe go live in Winnetka. Maybe go to Edina. Did Dad buy you another car? So far removed from the actual Ottomans and the Turks. So far removed. Now against, I guess, technically against our side. The guys at Gallipoli. They give the Aussies and the New Zealanders and the South Africans a run for the money, didn't they? Those are real men. Now, they might be on the wrong side. We're going to go tear their statues down. Might even salute them. Unlike you people with Confederate soldiers. Those are real Turks. Now we got these spoiled little pampered asses out of what? The Virginia suburbs of D.C.? I guarantee you look up any of the young Turks. Ain't none of them actually worked a real job. None of them worked fast food. None of them did crap. None of them got calluses. I even got calluses. Well, maybe it's a little too bright. Can you see those? The yellow parts? From lifting weights because they got the grip. I should probably get actual gloves when I lift my weights. No, so I'm not going to read The Atlantic, Fred. Why do I read it? Zara, $10. Merry Christmas and thanks for the humor, truth injections for the year. If only those mandatory injections were actually Cappy's vaccination to cure stupidity from the world. Could you imagine if everybody was on board with me? Could you imagine Team Cappy? Nation Cappy? Holy crap. We'd terraform Jupiter even though it's a gaseous planet. Could you imagine how hot the chicks would be? Could you imagine how intelligent they'd all be like that super IT genius hot anime chick who can shoot a gun and figure out nuclear fission on the back of a napkin? No. No. Fred Freeman, Sowell, $2. Roll did Susan Wagner radio show King Cappy. I've flirted with her, not romantically. I've reached out to her. She reached back to me. I think it's probably a little bit too extreme for her. A little bit too extreme. Like her. Nothing wrong with her. Absolutely. Christian Matico, $5. Graduate with English degree and now work in finance. English major was supposed to be a jack of all trades, but they're all brainwashed. Right. Well, I'm glad you made the jump into finance without having to actually go into finance. That's great. But Christian, if you ever go back to school, don't bother with finance unless they're paying a ton of money for you to get your MBA. You just get out of that finance world unless you've got what's it. Dominic Lauro for 21 Canadian bucks. Thank you, Dominic. I presume you're African Canadian. Merry Christmas. You misspelled Mary wrong, so I'm assuming you're an immigrant too. What do you dream about? Oh, what do I dream about? Well, hang on. Let me go pee. I'll come back. I'll tell you what I dream about. It's nothing exciting. It's kind of sad, actually, but I'll talk to you later. I'll be back in a second. Anyway, so what I dream about, and this has been at least for the past 2, maybe even 3 years. I can't remember beyond that because you know how dreams are; they're very flighting. I always dream in the same area in my mind, and it's a recurring. Obviously, it's in my mind, but I like to say a physical location. It's always mountainous. It doesn't exist. because I know it doesn't exist because I've traveled in this world, but in my mind, I dream I'm in this map. I even seen the map. I'm in this area of South Dakota, and immediately north of where I normally hang out in my dreams is a very craggy, mountainous area with a lot of, and it's not really mountainous as much as it is eroded and badlands formation. But there's this part there, and on the north of that is Wyoming, even though Wyoming is not north of South Dakota, but in my mind this is. But it's generally the west, but there's this key part where I can always go to, either from the north or south, from any direction. Usually I'm in the south, and usually, though not always, I'm in South Dakota. But it's always mountainous wherever I am, even though there aren't, frankly, a lot of mountains. There's really no mountains in South Dakota. And the dreams I have are always trying to do something. And I wish I could be more specific than that, but you know how dreams are. They're not very specific, but there's always something I'm trying to do. Get a group of people from X to Y. A lot of times I'm flying planes into a landing strip. I don't know why. There's always something going on. Nothing happens to me. I'm always affecting things. I'm always on a mission. Sometimes, a lot, a very common refrain is I'm still working security. And this works a happiness, yet a nightmare at the same time, where I'm back with my buddies. Like, oh my God, where have you guys been? But then in the dream, I know I'm still 45. And I'm like, and some of you have had this before. I was like, holy shit, I haven't graduated. It's like your teeth falling out. Any of you guys have those horrific dreams? Oh, those are horrible. I've had them, and those aren't common, thank God. But it's like, I think a lot of people have this, like, I'm still stuck in college. What have I done with my life? That kind of thing. But unfortunately, as frequent, if not a little bit more, there's this girl I totally screwed over back in my youth. And I'm always trying to get back with her, even though I don't want to in the real world. And her parents are there. And they're like, you degenerate dude. And they know me on the internet. And like, you did. Now, I think both of their parents are unfortunately passed away. And these are good people. And nothing. You just asked. And that's my nightmare. Where I'd rather have my teeth falling out. Like, you get that loose tooth. Like, why is my teeth falling out? And you don't know if you're awake or alive or whatever. I'd rather have that than face her parents in my dreams. Even though they're dead. I've never done anything, even though, frankly, kind of have every right to break up with her, but I treated her poorly. It was wrong. That's not recurring. Well, I guess it is recurring because it happened more than once, but that's one that stands out beyond the pablum of general dream BS that you normally have. But it's I'm still stuck at school. I'm still working security, but I do have this like, hey, I'm working security, my guys, what's going on? And no one knows who I am because it's been so long. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have the record at da-da-da. There's like these new, because like you were, but I'm busted back down to a lower rank. So that's kind of a recurring one. There's always that place in South Dakota, which isn't South Dakota because it's not that jaggedy. It's not that mountainy. It's always in the mountains. I'm always on a mission, but going back to security, and then running into that girl's parents. And the girl's parents one is just like, oh, put a bullet in my head. It's horrible. It's horrible because I'm like, oh, what have I done? I got to do this. I've come back to, and I don't know why. I'm not a big believer in dreams. I know Molyneux does dream interpretation. I don't believe in it. Atham had a horrible thing. He says, dude, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? So I just had a dream that you and I were trying to protect this little bunny rabbit. I'm like, okay. He's like, but there was this big black tarantula trying to kill it. We protected it. It's like, nothing good comes of those dreams. Now, maybe his dreams manifested into something in the real world, but I've never had anything really manifest from my dreams into the real world. I frankly just think it's random. Your brain firing off neurons is what it's doing. If I were to like guess, college was a horrific experience for me, and it was like the core. Like, you could take a Vietnam vet today. What's he probably dream about? Probably Vietnam, because it was the most like intense thing that ever happened. And so that was all happening at the same time. So, But I know it sounds bad. I had a dream. Well, I have good night's rest. I don't like wake up in panic sweats. Okay, every once in a while I do, but it's very rare. This is over 20 years ago. One time I was like strangling my girlfriend. She had to slap me and wake me up out of it. Like, I had no idea I was gone and someone's trying to kill me, but that's another thing. But you can read into all that you want, Dominic. I don't believe in my dreams. I really don't. Look, life is bad enough. I don't need to be tortured by my dreams. Hey, who's this guy? This schmo, this schmuck, this marine, this jarhead over here for $2. No one hates women more than other women. Thoughts? I guess it's old hat, Dre. I'm just thinking. On the get-go, every man loves women, as long as they're not like evil and mean towards them. Or at least they're generally new. Let's say he's not physically attracted because you're a fat standard American woman today. He doesn't hate you. I don't look at a fat woman today like I hate you. Well, I kind of do, but that's because you're fat and gross. But the average person who's not as hate-filled as me probably doesn't harbor hatred. There's no genuine misogynists out there. You need to experience them to end up actually being a genuine misogynist. Unfairly, I mean like an actual pejorative meaning of the word. Do women hate women more than others? Yeah, I got to go with that. And the only reason is because it's biological programming. You guys may not like being a guy, but honest to God, what's great about guys is if I don't like you, I'll tell you. There's no backstabby. Well, unless you're a Minnesota man, then you're all backstabby and then you're girly. But at least at one time, men meant like, if I don't like him, I tell you to your face and we're going to fight it out. Or maybe we just agree to hate each other because we know fighting it would result in jail time and we're just going to like be adversarial toward. But at least you knew there was an honesty. A bit of respect, a bit of honor. Women, I can't imagine the world of women were backstabbing and all. I don't care. Hey, you know what, Dre, for your two cheap dollars. Which are my dollars, by the way, because I probably paid for your GI Bill. All of us tag my chip, but your two cheap taxpayer finance dollars. Who cares? Fine, let them hate each other. Dre's a younger man. God, Jesus, Dre, what are you, 23, 24? You get old enough, you'll just fine, let them hate each other. I mean, you're not going to stop it. It's 2 million years of human evolution. Let them hate each other. Traveler 444, $5. Aaron, I have to disagree. Hydrogen molecules have a purpose. Yeah, they create suns. Yeah, they create stars, which allows for electromagnetic radiation and allows for life. Yes. That's harsh, man. That's harsh. Did we catch up with everything? Did I catch up with everything? Is Atham here? God damn it. Atham for $2 freaking. Atham, no more video. Hey, right here. Now look. Let me explain something to you Mexican, the GF. Oh, guys, God, she left. She went to go do her family thing. Do you want to come to my family? Fuck no. I don't want to go to your family thing. Can I hang out with the others? Spurg's a retard. Spurg's. Nope. Go. Can I just do what I want, Atham? Can I just be me? Can I just live? Can I just do it? For once, this is a spontaneous video. And you're going to like put it under the code, like, you're not going to work and no more videos. Then can you just let me have this one? By the way, even though he agitates me so, I will be donating all the extra super chats. Not now. Cripe's not almighty now with all these super chats. We don't have a very slow day on super chats. We're going to raise Atham his $1,000 on super chats. And if you would like to, while we're here, put AV Athens vasectomy, AV, and then write ever else, whatever you want. And that will designate it. Okay, you want this to go to Athens Vasectomy Fund. Because I don't want them breeding and nobody else here wants them to breed either too. We don't need little Athens. No little like sexy Mexicans smoking pipes. Like, hey, que pasa, señorita chica bonita? Hey. What would the world do with all those chemical engineers and high IQ people? I don't know what we do with that. God Christ almighty. Hey, my buddy. Hey, Chad, how are you like tuning in? What, did your wife give you permission? What happened? The kids, did you put them in cages? For God's sake? This is a buddy of mine from long ago. It's good to see him. It's good to see $10. Merry Christmas. Captain Cupcake. Yeah, right there. Right there. This is the guy. Now, for those of you who may have tuned in regularly, this is the guy that had the bachelor pad over in St. Paul, and everybody come there, and you bring a bottle of booze, and everyone got drunk. We played video. This is in the LAN days, remember? LAN days. We actually could reach up, punch your buddy, or you'd yell off, and you're like, hey, Bobby, yeah? Pow! You hit him with the sniper rifle, like, you fucker, Clary. This guy owned that house. He's the guy. He was the guy. Yeah, your millionaire buddy who was more successful than you because he had a slight bit of entrepreneurship within him. This is the guy, this guy right over here. And so it's good to hear. It's good to see you, Chad. Good to see you. I'm more impressed he's tuning in right now. I thought, like, here's let me explain to you what's going to happen when you make big time internet stuff. Everybody you think on the internet that's great and amazing is just an idiot moron D-bag. Okay? Me. When you meet me, you're like, hey, it's just an idiot moron D-bag. For whatever reason, through luck, timing is a big thing. I happen to be here. I happen to do the podcasting. You ever meet me, you're going to find, oh, yeah, he's just an idiot and a moron. So all my friends don't tune in. You know why? Because they already know me. And then if they were to tune in, like thankfully Chad did, like, hey, what's up, bobbity bobbity? He says something very nice. But for the most part, they're like, I can't believe idiots listen to you. I even had this conversation with my mom. My mom, who knows me better than my mom? My mom's like, oh, I can't believe people listen to you. Because she knows. I'm not trying to hide it from you, but you're just an idiot. I was like, yeah, I don't know. But I'm a paid idiot. People give me money on the internet. My dad still can't. He says, I can't believe you actually make money. So it's good to hear from Chad. It's good to hear from Chad. And there's Atham. What do we got left? I think we're caught up. Did we catch up? Did we catch up? I think we caught up. Can Cappy go play some more Call of Duty Cold War? Mr. Yamabito for $5, a new person. Hey, Cappy, I have a master's in general psychology. I'm 49 years old. Any thoughts on what to study? The same thing or something else? Your fees. Well, if you want, go to ahoconsulting.com. I charge $100 an hour, but for you $5, we'll get a doctorate, man. And then open up your own practice. And here's the other thing, Mr. Yamabito. There is a huge demand for masculine psychology. Huge. Someone could write a book for masculine psychology. Someone could be a masculine psychologist, because the psychology profession is 1, BS, and you know that. All right. 2, heavily skewed towards socialism. 3, heavily skewed towards females and feminism. 4, doesn't give an F about men and wants to make them like bad guys. And 5, after 5 decades of treating men like crap, do you think maybe there might be some men that could use some actual genuine psychological help? Maybe, huh? I mean, I read through Rich Cooper's book here, by the way, The Unplugged Alpha. Get this book only after you buy my book, The Book of Numbers, Analyze the Hour I Pursue Women. I would show you my book, but it has come in the mail. For some reason, Richard's book has come in there. But he was talking about how he was like facing suicide. And if any of you know who Terrence Popp is, Bad Pop, Terrence Popp, anybody? Hello. Like our patron older brother saint. His video, the only reason he's live today is because Blake, his producer, came in and they said, well, let's do this. And Blake's like, okay, like, you think you ought to kill yourself? Maybe I shouldn't. And then Pop only found us through this, and he found a whole other reason to live. There is a huge, but more importantly, serious demand for, it's tainted. Not psychological help, because that's not a thing. For support, for love, for care for your fellow man. Because psychology isn't a real profession. They haven't solved anything. Did it get worse? Sociology, social justice warrior, racial studies. Did it get worse? It got worse? All right, you're bad. You're hurting the thing. Psychology. Has there been more psychological problems? Yes, there has. All right, then your profession is bogus. And not only bogus, it's damaging and it's worsening the problem. So what I would do is get whatever horse and pony show credentials you need to start opening, put a sign up in the front of your yard. Hey, consulting mental health for men. Boom, there's your Now, I'm not going to go through the thing because you got to go through the thing and you're already like 80% there. That's what I would do. You don't need to contact me at aholeconsulting.com because I just gave you the answer right there. There's a desperate need for pro men, which it's so sad we have to say that. Pro men psychologists. Oh, and by the way, forever you regular douchebag, worthless piece of crap psychologists, go screw yourselves. F you, it's not a real science, it's not a real study. You're a bunch of frauds, you're a bunch of fakes, you're a bunch of politically motivated pieces of crap that all need to go to drown in Minecraft. In Minecraft. And there's a huge market, which addresses half the population, if you like to, huh? Like, yeah, look, you can't be easy on men. Oh, screw women. It's all their problem either. We actually want these men to do better. So if there's an intellectually honest man out there who wants to actually go pursue a psychological profession and help out their fellow man, it's wide open. It's the effing Wild West. There's gold in those streets. One of my major complaints about Bernard Chapin, I'm like, don't you have a degree in psychology? Can't you go, oh, no, do dang diggly, do dang dig, whatever excuses you give me. And I've been half tempted to go get myself one of two things, either a master's in divinity, which I probably won't do because I could just go study the Bible and figure it out on my own, or get myself a doctorate in psychology. I could like charging myself under that sweet, sweet, sweet government money, like, oh, you got the bipolars, Miss. I was brought up in Edina and everything was bought and paid for me. I live with, yeah, give me $300 of the taxpayers' money per hour. Yeah, you go give me that SSRI or the SSI or the what is it, the Medicare, Medicaid, whatever. I want some of my money back. So, Mr. Yamabito, please go get your doctorate. Please go help out your fellow man. Nonstop Dre, $1.99. I dream of military flashbacks, sometimes good and bad. Yeah, well, that's probably what formed you. Dre, you never told me, were you ever did you ever fight in war? Because I got a buddy who got hit by an IED and he was in war. And I just shut the F up around him because he's obviously a better man than me. I mean, not true. No, funny. No, this guy's a way better man than I'll ever can't even approach. You couldn't even put in the application to be a better man than him. You just couldn't. You just like look like, no, he's just gonna like salute this guy. I mean, but were you in war? I mean, basic would throw most normie-conformies and inferiors. I think it was a traumatizing event. Oh, the drill instructor made me do push-ups. I'm not accusing you of that, but I mean, if you had flashbacks, something must have happened. Oh, do we catch up? No, we'll never catch up. I thought I was going to play video games all day and ignore the GF. Am I wrong? Is everybody doing all right out there? Like, is this, no one's got anything going Christmas? It just dawned on me. Are we all the rejects? I did the math. Why is there so many people? We got 453 people watching. Are you guys all okay? Are we all? This is a lot of people. You guys got like family? And I know it's not me accusing you guys of anything, but it just dawned on me. This is pretty sad. It's Christmas Day. I mean, I'm comfortable. I guess all you are comfortable with it too. I mean, by this age, I guess you guys are all right. Bachelor Christmas. Joker had put out a video. I just almost 500 people. And you're kind of like, oh, yeah. I guess this is the Christmas we're gonna get, huh, guys? This is the Christmas we're gonna get. Hey, at least we went with. Look, let me tell you this. Ain't nobody committing suicide. Ain't nobody committing suicide. You know why? Because we got to go out like this. We got to go out and we got to give society the finger. We're not going out. We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out like that. It's just kind of shocking that there's 500 people tuning into the thing right now. Taboo Smash, $2. I was introduced to the red pill by an older woman. That's usually a normal introduction. It's usually a normal pathology. Taboo Smash. Will you take the Cocos vaccine? No, because I think I had it. But let's say I didn't have it. I had to analyze it. Would I actually take it? No, I wouldn't. It has not been tested. Let's give it to old people and minorities. I shouldn't laugh, but that's what they are. Let's give it to the old people and the poor people. I go right. Yeah. Let me know how that works. We can go a third arm. And it really, to be more intellectually honest, it has nothing to do with it. I'm young. I'm in shape. I think I had it already. And frankly, mark my words, when it's all said and done, it was just a bad strain of the flu. That's all this is going to be. It's just a bad. And yeah, it killed more people than it normally would have. It was just a really bad flu. Oh, look, doobie dabby dabby doobie, I lived. Most of you will too. And I'm not going to risk taking a vaccine that's been out for a hot 15 minutes. Or all of a sudden you start growing female genitalia. Yeah. Hey, Angel Truth, Singaporean, SEK, Singaporean dollars? What's SEK to USD? Singaporean dollars? Oh, so Krona. Hey, take your 12 cents per United States. What cheap? God bleep it. 14. What you cheap my quarter tribe 12% times 14? What did you get away with? $1.68. Well, don't go too much there, Mr. Everything's bought and paid for, Mr. Free Education, Mr. Free Healthcare, Mr. Free Health. No. Don't worry, don't mind us Americans who actually pay our own rent, food, clothing, and shelter. You Swedes with your angelic, close to God-like status with your $1.68. 16 Swedish, what is it called? Kroners? Krona. Your Swedish krona right there. For 40. Super sticker. I don't even know. He gave me a super sticker. I don't even know what it is. Immense TV for $2. All dreams except one back in 2013 have come true. Very interesting. None of my dreams have come true. I've had more important crap to worry about in the real life than worry like, oh, is it going to come true? What happened to the dreams? You guys ever get those dreams like where it takes a full minute. We don't think that's a lot of time. A full minute is a long time. You're like, wait, okay, I'm here. Okay. All right, I'm here. We don't need to go into those dreams. But yeah, I don't know. That's rare though. That's rare. Fred Freeman, solid $2. You missed 5 above Chad's $10 one. Oh, I'll go through them. This was just supposed to be up. Jay's philosophy. I'm in Tennessee, staying inside today because of the snow and the bombing. Was there a bombing? You know what? I'm not looking it up. I don't care. I'm not looking up. Don't care about the bombing. Don't care. I do care about the snow. All right. Hang on. Looks like Tennessee weather. Now, hang on. Let me ask you Southerners, you Confederates, what? Did you get half an inch of snow and everybody's got Santa and their hoo-ha down there? Is this really? That's what I want to know. It might snow on Christmas. Looking at the map here. News. Northeast. Snow Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Maybe tornado. You ain't got no... Get out of here, you Confederate F. Get out of here. Go take a little bit of your salt shaker and put it on and walk around and get some snow tires. No, Jay, I don't believe in that. I believe in the bombing, but I'm not going to care about that. I don't want to watch that. Oh my gosh, there's a half an inch of shut down the schools. Someone called the National Guard. There's snow. There's white stuff on the ground. What do you have against white things? Huh? What do you have against white things? One man's way, $5. I'm at work double time and a half for midship. Wait, double time and a half. Oh, did you do the... I know what one man's weight did. Okay, so you got above 40, right? All right, so you're already at overtime. So that's time and a half. Presumably, I assume you're at a union place. But since it's holiday pay, time and a half on time and a half, so you get double time and a quarter, but maybe they round it up to a half. There you go. That's how I put myself through college. I just busted my ass off, made a ton of money during Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. Guarantee you that's what you did. There you go. Mexi Mike, new guy, $2. We probably... Wait, that's the same... This Juan, the other Juan, Mexi Mike for $2. We probably fit curse the high IQ cohort equals struggles. Well, yeah, all these smart people are going to have struggles with these idiots and morons. You ever go driving? You ever stand in a line? Oh my God. I was at the grocery store. And you could see it like it was a movie theater. So there was the old Minnesota white dude, which if you're ever wondering, can I take a Minnesota white man? Yes, you can. Like you could be 85 pounds and emaciated. You could take a Minnesota white man because they're all pansies. And because his wife told him to go get a ton of groceries, he did. And he went to the self-checkout lane. So he's like packing furiously, but he bought so much stuff. It's like, yeah, dude, don't worry about it. You're just going to be there forever. You're going to be my bitch. I'm looking at him. I got my mask on. Looking like Darth Maul or Darth something. And then there was the old lady who pulled out her checkbook to pay in the self-checkout lane and looked and realized there wasn't an option. Then she's like fidgeting with it. And she only had like 3 things. That was what my money was on. I was like, oh, she's only got 3 things. Maybe I'll get over on that one. And so here I am. Two boomers, by the way, all drown in Minecraft. Go swim with cinder blocks. You should all go swim with cinder blocks. And I'm looking. And I literally had 2 things of soda water. That's it. That's all I had. And then the guy looks up at me like, I'm like, yeah, if your wife was hotter, I'd bang her to violate you and get some vengeance on you pissing away my life. And I just looked at him like, but you could tell, but I want to say F you effing, screw your wife if she was hot. Maybe you have some hot daughters. That's really what I was thinking. I'm not lying. And so he finally, like, yeah, I'll vote Democrat more, you little pansy puss. Bleep. Oh my gosh, what would happen to a society if they were all like as fast and efficient as Cappy? Oh my God, you need to have like standards of living of $500,000 a year. The poor people would make 6 figures, and we'd have colonized Mars and terraform Jupiter, even though it's a gas planet, into a hard. You think? Anyway, yes, smart people have struggles. And if you have struggles being a smart person, go to Amazon.com and search The Curse of the High IQ and get that book, and you can be just as happy and joyful as me. Hey, Tom Landrum, our good Ole. We have to have, he's our resident black agent in the field. He's our token. We got to have him on, probably $5. I just found out a lot of guys don't know how to change a car flat tire. Is there any hope for Gen Z? No, there isn't. There really isn't, Tom. We need a complete collapse. And I'm even tired talking about it. Loz, you know how to change a tire? I know this sounds dumb, but I'll tell you a story, Tom. My grandma, who's still alive today, I just saw her 48 hours ago. Last year, me and the GF and my grandma, I went and took them to Sebastian Joe's, which is the best ice cream place in all the Twin Cities and all the world, except for now because they've let it go, and now they're woke, and so I won't go there anymore. But my car got a flat. And I was like, something's wrong, and I pulled over. There was a flat. Now, this is wintertime. Now, in wintertime, I knew I had a spare, so what I did is I jacked it up with my grandma, 91-year-old grandma at the time, and my GF in the time. And I changed it, put it back on, blah, blah, blah. And then I drove no more than like maybe half a mile to a gas station where I knew, because I looked at the tire, I could assess because there was a street light. And I was like, oh, yeah, I got a puncture. And yeah, that's what it was. Now I remember, yeah, there was like a nail or something metal. It was very clear because it was shiny and silver. So I was like, oh, okay. So I pulled that out. And then I went to a gas station. I got one of those plug it, fix it deals for like $3. Plugged it. They had a thing with the gas, with the tire pressure, with the air. Filled that up, jacked it back up, put it on, and I think this was all done in half an hour. And my girlfriend practically she grape. She had she wanted a bundle of grapes with me. And my grandma was also impressed, like, I'm so impressed, which is pretty cool when your 92-year-old grandma who saw everything was impressed that you like changed it that quickly. You gotta like, well, okay, if grandma thinks, well, okay, you know, I mean, there's no more higher authority than that. Like you got to take that as, it's not like you got yourself a Nobel Prize in economics or you got yourself an Oscar. That doesn't mean anything. But when your grandma, who's 92 years old, says you did a good job, I mean, that's pretty authentic. So that's only what you're aiming for, Tom. Is like, if you could change a tire in the rare, and has that ever happened to me before? No, it happened when I was 44. Is a girl going to be there? Is your grandma going to be there to give you the official ordainment that you were a good boy, Tom? No, probably not. And I'll be intellectually honest. I have a good mechanic friend. Never got him anywhere. Girls just assume that their cars are supposed to work because, oh my God, I'm going to save the children. Tom, you might be aware of this. Oh my God, I'm a suburbanite white girl princess from Edina. When I come, I'm going to help the Thomas Landrums in the world because he's a black man who doesn't know what he's doing. I'm going to help the poor peoples. All right. You coming in there actually delivering a real economic productive value, like, hey, I can fix this up. They don't care because you're getting in their way. That's just supposed to. My computer's supposed to do what it's supposed to do. My car's supposed to work. You idiots, morons, fools. Oh my God. Thaddeus, the investment banker. You know, it's going to help with a gal that matters, like a good high quality gal. Like a gal that appreciates, like, wow, hey, Tom, you fixed the tire. Holy crap. I got grabbed and I was taking advantage of that night. I was forced to have my peen touched. But forget them. Think about you. Do you want to be able to change a tire? Because I guarantee you, Tom, in the day's going to come where you're like, oh crap, I got a flat. Now, do you want to be stuck in Wyoming or do you want to keep on going to the next gas station? That's what I'd recommend. Like, so there's no hope for Gen Z, but there's hope for you, I guess is what I'm saying. James Rankin, $5. Love in Pennsylvania. Love in Pennsylvania with daughter from divorce. Oh, you live in Pennsylvania. Guys, check your... You live in Pennsylvania with a daughter from divorce. U.S. going the way of Venezuela. Not yet. Buy house in country, leave for red state, or leave country. Currently rent. I would leave for red state as long as you can keep making your money. I am also all buying either a property or having a significant cachet of cash overseas that if I need to leave the United States, it's more residency. That's 2021. I've been busy with many things, but you could buy a house in the country in a red state, ideally. I think I mean, how old are you? You're going to die in 20, 25 years? That's what I'm banking on. I'm going to die in 20, 25 years. When I die, I don't care if the communists take my place. Because here's what's the great thing about communists. I don't know if you know it. You could give, reparations, all the welfare, UBI. Let's say you give UBI. Give it to everybody. They'll still piss it away. Have you not noticed that about poor people? They'll just breed more poor people. You're not like, oh my God, there's mold on the bread. Let's give it more bread. That'll cure the mold. No, they just create more mold. And they'll never go above mold. That's what's brilliant about leftists. They'll never achieve a status higher than mold. They'll always be mold. Because they actually become a real, genuine human being of productive value and something of worth in society, you must produce something. Now, and it doesn't have to be anything grandiose. I mean, this is how low the standards are. You could be a good father. You could be a present mother instead of outsourcing kids to daycare, then not demanding student loan bailouts. You could not file for bankruptcy and pay your debts. You could pay your rent on time. I mean, it's high value things. But yeah, you just should probably have a good plan B. Jay's philosophy for $5. I'm in Tennessee. I'm staying inside today because of the snow and the bombing. What? Did I read that one before? We cut up here's one. I saw one. Oh, okay. Here's all the expensive ones. Okay, good. Caught up. All right. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. For $2 Canadian. This coffee is for you, Cappy. Thanks, Rubber Ducky. That will actually buy me a double espresso at my local coffee shop. Thank you very much. Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field, for $10 generous. Merry Christmas, Cappy. Here sitting, remember that when I was 12 years old, I asked my father for the latest Nintendo 64. And here I'm 23 years later. 23 years old. I don't think you're 23 years later. Still waiting. Here's my Christmas cheer story. Hey, and Alex, thank you for those pictures. Alex sent me some pictures of his family, and that's a nice family. You got 4 little Paquitos over there, and his wife is very pretty. I'm not going to go into details of what he told me, but he found himself a nice traditional wife. He's got some kids. Oh my God, how do I make a living with my dad? I think Alex's kids do without him. And they were all smiling. They didn't seem malnourished. Alex looks like he ain't missing no meals either himself. Maybe his wife is. What? It's amazing what a loving, supporting wife will do. Amazing. Oh, geez. I just wonder if there was a division of labor. Ignore that economist. Don't give him the Nobel Prize. For everybody wondering, I'm not gunning for the Nobel Prize. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy that I literally just addressed the single most important economic issue facing the globe right now, and it will not get the Nobel Prize. Therefore, ergo, my editorial point was that the Nobel Prize in anything, economics, let alone anything else, doesn't mean jack. Zanato's Clutch. Hello, new guys today, $5. I'm only here because I'm a black male, BM, who refuses to be a hoodlum, baby daddy, stepfather, use ebonics. The communita shuns black males with IQs above 100%. Don't think it's just because you're black. By the way, you were white and you had an IQ above 100. It may not shock you to find out people be pissed off at you too. But yes, no, you are. I can't imagine you are facing a lot of the Uncle Toms and the Oreos and all that other stuff. And Zanatos, you may want to tune into, for its own rights, Turd Flinging Monkey. And it's not only because he has a black co-host. He does have a black co-host. The code name is Shogun. He has a co-host, Black Shogun. And Shogun has an interesting background, like super high IQ, IT. Parents were together, and there is this specific subgroup of Black men who came from not a broken home. Who I have a guy who he does. I don't know if he regrets it, but there's some wish maybe things could have been different, but he came from the Jehovah Witnesses and his parents were married. Like, I can't believe it. And this is the Jehovah Witness. But then it's like, yeah, but you're pretty successful. You're pretty successful, man. And the hope that I tried to convey in one of my books was it ain't your race. It's your background. It's other things, and you could control it. It could end tomorrow, but you are aware of that. But that does not make the problems you face go away from your culture and your family, tribe, background, but stay strong. And in the real sense, stay strong. Not the free other people's shit. That's what you'd like turd flinging monkey, you would. Jacob Ramsayer, another new guy for $20 generous. There are rich liberal social justice warriors in Beverly Hills lined up to pay for a doctor to move ahead in the line to get the vaccine early. I support that. Merry Christmas, Cap. You got the money. You go. Even when I was Poe, I'd be like, yeah. Now, would I have liked some money? Yeah. Would have been nice. No, I'm for that. Yeah, you want to pay. Now, here's where Jacob, maybe you would disagree with me. Because you're a very literal libertarian. No, that's other people's money that they get. I'm not against an estate tax. And I'm not necessarily against a huge estate tax because I've never seen anything good come from trust fund babies. Like if I could deprive Mark Dayton, Nancy Pelosi, George Bush, and all these other asswipes of their great granddaddy's money so we didn't have to deal with them. It's almost like akin to term limits. It's like, yeah, you better go. What was it, Bill Gates? I'm only going to give my children $2 million. I'm like, dude, if I had $2 million, only, I wouldn't do it. I maybe get a nice used classic car is what I do. I'd probably pass on the rest to my kids, nephews, nieces, that kind of thing. What are you going to do with it? I mean, honest to God, what are you going to do? What would Cappy do with $2 million? I'd probably maybe get, I'd maybe get a motorcycle with the heated handlebars. Okay, but what am I at? Like maybe a $12,000 bike? We're still nowhere near $2 million. You got to have weapons grade money. Like, okay, if I had billions, oh yeah, I get an F-16 fighter plane. I'd have people take care of it. And I have hot redheads with big tits just smudging the boobies all over the nose cone. But like, hell yeah. All right, but with $2 million, like nothing's really going to change. I got a slightly nicer car now. Got heated handle grips. Still playing Call of Duty, Cold War. Still hanging out with you schmucks over on Christmas. You wouldn't know it. I'll tell you this. If I ever came into like, 500,000 to even 10 million, because if you want to have an F-16 fighter plane, you got to be in the billionaire stat. Like, let's say $10 million. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't, because I don't think I'd buy anything different. There wouldn't be any I'd just be like, I'm going to donate my money to that place that gets people out of jail who were wrongly convicted. What would you do? Really, you guys all think about, I get this fancy car, yeah, and then you'd be done with it and you'd be tired. I guess I just play video games and hang with my buddies, man. If I would, I'd get my GF a nice fake set of Tatas. That's what. Here you go. The world's greatest set of fake Tatas. Joseph Jones, $10. 24-year-old computer engineer majoring in the DC area, lurking in my mom's basement, read your books and not investing in women. Free agency is the best life. You should have mentioned the ROI of vasectomy. I guess I could have. I think it went beyond the scope of the book. You don't want to make a book too wide, too broad. I could have. I just want to talk about the pursuit, what men spent. Forget children and all that other stuff. And here's Juan, the Aztec patriarch, for $2. Feliz Navidad, Boomer. Feliz Navidad. Give all you kids a hug for me. You good father, you. If you all want to know what a good father looks like, that's Juan. Now, I know he looks badass. Look at my Mexican stuff going on. All right. Yeah, but then you see his picture of his kids like having and hugging him, and you're like, oh, yeah, you're just a pushover. Look at this nice, sweet guy over here who's being a good dad. Immense TV, $2. One dream remains. I'm in the middle of a tornado. Fees are $100 an hour. Hit me up over at aholeconsulting.com. Middle of a tornado, that's got to suck. I dream of tornadoes. There's another regular occurrence, like I dream of tornadoes, but they're multiple. And they're more water spouts than they are tornadoes, because water spouts will form along the front. And they're not that damaging, actually. But I'll just go into this algorithm, this sub-protocol, this subroutine. Once I think tornado, bam, all of a sudden there's a bunch of tornadoes. There's a tornado hitting the place. Judd Grover, $2. Will the captain ever get to play Call of Duty? No, I don't think I will. You know what's great? The sun's already setting. Cappy had a bad Christmas. I'm not going to go into the details. I'm obviously still in my PJs. It's almost 5 o'clock over here, Central Standard Time. Judd, how old are you, Drud? Cappy likes Christian Slater and Pump Up the Volume. No. Heathers. Come on, Judd. If you're going to do it right, let's do. If you're going to do late 80s, early 90s crap, and that's what it was, crap. Although Heather's, are you a Heather? I have been related to Christian Slater more than once. Yes, back in the day. Top in the turbo dog. Fred Freemansoff, Cappy's favorite browser, favorite energy drink. Favorite energy drink is Rooster Booster Light, which you can only get at QT, which seems to be in the entire southwest quadrant, or even more than from Omaha, Nebraska. No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. From Ames, Iowa, Atham looked that up, straight west and all the way down to Mexico. That's where you can get Rooster Booster Light. So it's very close to me. I should really order. I got a supplier over in Omaha, Nebraska, who will mail me my Rooster Booster Light. Rooster Booster Light, the strawberry kind, favorite energy drink ever. Reminds me of 1983 with those cheap crap, 10 cent probably back in 1978. Strawberry, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Oh, those are good. And Rooster Booster Light tastes like that. Favorite web browser, I hate to say it, I prefer Chrome. The most functional. I don't use it. I use Moon something. I don't like Brave. Brave is too sparse. But what I use the most in terms of functionality and downloading and all that versatility, Mozilla. Even though I hated what they did to Brendan Ike, I got to work. Got to work with my tools. I mean, the Germans, the Nazis created Volkswagen. Do any of you drive a VW? Ian Smith, $5. How did you find a traditional woman, Alex or Cappy? Who's Alex? The traditional woman I found, she was not a lot overweight, but not a little over. She was overweight. And I was dating a bunch of gals, and they were all treating me like crap. And this gal kind of paid attention. And this gal all of a sudden started losing weight, and she started dressing like a woman. She grew her hair out. She started becoming a girl. And then a bunch of guys in my crew or my group were like, well, look at so-and-so. And I'm like, nope, that's mine. And I later found out she was grooming herself because she liked me, which was lucky statistically. And I was dating a bunch of girls at the same time, of course, but this is where that one gal hit me because I didn't want to sleep with her anymore. And that's where I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm just done. I'm just not. And there had been other huge, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, but there was other stuff. Like one gal, like totally in love with me and I was totally in love with her. And but oh, Jesus and all this other. So she wasn't actually. And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm a little more jaded now, a little more wise. It isn't real. And this one was just nice. This is the one that made me fat. She's the one that made me over 160 pounds. And she was an accountant, and there was no BS, and she more or less did what I said. But even to this day, no, guys, don't live with a girl and don't ever marry a girl. No. And you will never not have to babysit them like little children. You're always going to have to, yes, now, let's go. Yes, the words I literally said, I know I'm speaking man talk because we use the English language to convey meaning and objective reality to you. Yes, I want you to pick up the car. Well, what do you mean? And it's just like, you'll drink. Don't worry, you'll drink. So don't think just because you get yourself a traditional woman, it's all going to be roses. It's still like, it's still a chore. Still a chore. You will always babysit. You will always, unless there's some other gal out there that's got her act together. Let me know, ladies. Email me below. Hit me up. All right. I'm always for a better deal. I'm the opportunist. I'm the libertarian. I'm the economist. But you know, it's just like, yes. Did you want me to go left? No. I only said to go left 5 blocks ago because that was the time to turn. Oh. And they can have doctorates, guys. They can have doctorates in STEM. They'll still, they're women. They're women. They're gonna, oh, did you mean like I should get the blue shirt? Yeah, because I said to get the blue shirt. Well, I didn't know if you really meant the blue shirt. It's like, this is why you're never going to make as much as us. I can't imagine what it's like talking in a completely separate language where words don't have meanings. No wonder you only make 70 cents. I'm surprised you make 70 cents on the dollars that men do. Because if I said, Frank, I want you to go pick up the truck, and Frank took that as I should go fishing for a blue heron, I'm amazed any production gets done, frankly. Oh, I thought you meant, no. What I meant is what I said I meant with the words the good men and women over at England, which we fought a revolutionary war against and the Second War in 1812 against, to have their language, it literally means things. But I thought, wage gap. Here you go. Wage gap. 86 Abigail Abali, 5 British pounds. It's rare I get to watch live. Merry Christmas. Go, well, Merry Christmas. Over to the, speaking of which, are people that we fought against the Revolutionary War. Which is why I did not buy, just to give a hat tip to you Brits out there, I did not buy Squadrons, Star Wars Squadrons, because I wanted to fight the Brits. I wanted to go against the Brits. Oh my goodness, the rebels! Oh my goodness, yes. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go against the snooty, no beer. Now, if you got the walrus, the sergeant major, okay, you like that guy. But the clean shaven, my goodness, the rebels, oh, the Americans with guns and freedom and big boobed women. I'm like, oh yeah, we gotta take those guys down. We're gonna take those guys down. And then I read an article at Squadrons. The empire is now full of a bunch of badass black chicks. It's like, boyfriend, you better look out. We're getting our TIE fighters and shit. No. I really wanted to beat the crap out of some snooty, arrogant, beyond David Niven level, arrogant British snooty British people. I wanted to take on the empire. I wanted to go, my goodness, you think X-Wing? No, I got Shaniqua, Lord Shaniqua, whatever. I don't know what the rank is in the empire. Like, you better look out! Your TIE fighter shoved up your ass! I'm like, yeah, I'm not dropping even $30 on that. And the price has dropped. No, that's all right, Star Wars, Disney. You go do your thing. You go shove black women up more. Loud, obnoxious black women. That's what society needs more. Loud, fat. Where can't we use more loud, fat, obnoxious black women? Smack talking, loud, fat, obnoxious black women. That's what society needs. We need more of that. Let's put that all in all the movies. That worked well for Ghostbusters, didn't it? The new one. How is Squadrons doing? Even though I just wanted to beat some snooty, arrogant British ass. No, now I got Shaniqua. And frankly, I can't take it seriously. I just can't. I don't want to beat the crap out of Shaniqua and her renegade band of, look out, boyfriend, we want to fly TIE fighter right up your head. Like, no. But also, it's like, yeah, you got their affirmative action hire, frankly. You couldn't run the empire, frankly, without some kind of affirmative action college program. And even then, there inevitably has to be a leader, knows what's going on. You're not going to pilot a Death Star. You're not going to pilot one of those big things that crashed into there. You're not even going to pilot a destroyer. Oh, but look out, snap. Oh yeah, here's my $30 to imagine this is a real threat against me. Yay. It's not even just to go and get you, Brits. My good heavens, sir. The condescension. That's what I wanted. You think I'm not good enough for you? You think because I drink whiskey and not tea, I can't take you out? I'll show you. No, I can't do it. I can't even live that fantasy. I can't fly my X-Wing to... My good heavens, sir. This is some podcasting bloke coming in. I shall sip my tea. I got the bottle of Rumple. Gargle, gargle, gargle. Pow, 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 pow. No, I can't do that. Oh, snap. Look at it. Hey, you know what? Here's my government check. Just go pay for your kids. Now, fly your TIE fighter all tardedly because no one ever held you up to a standard. Yeah. Oh, look out. Oh, the Empire. Is it going to be like Detroit? Bunch of single moms? Is that how it's going to be? It's going to collapse on itself? Doesn't even exist without the support of the surrounding suburbs? Oh, yeah. That's the Empire. Badass TIE fighter. Even Darth Vader with the crimped in. Guys, remember the TIE fighters? They had the normal ones. The regular normals, they had the flat ones. But then Darth Vader had that curved one. You're like, oh, that's the one I got. Yeah. No, Laquanda. No, you're not. No. And you're so, what's the word I'm looking for? Fabricated, so astroturf. So raised up by other people. I can't take you seriously. You give me that asshole Brit. My good heavens. The Carlson School of Management, is that even a thing? Not really, but I'm going to show you. I'm going from Oxford. Oxford group, reunite. They'd be the Oxford squad. The Oxford squadron. My goodness, send the Oxford squadron after them. And they'd all have silk scarves. That they'd be all snooty and British. Oh, yeah. Now I want to play this. Nope. Yeah, man. No Star Wars squadron. Nope. Nope. Don't know how we went off on that tangent. Verizon 9,000, $20. Merry Christmas, Capmeister. Sandy's the future of wealth. In this channel are medicine. F the chairman's letter of the annual report. Your best video. Oh, thanks. This is random. Everybody keeps throwing in the money. Yeah, but if you guys all want another book that I think, for those of you not interested in the sex war going on, you get Sandy's The Future of Wealth. That's a nice little, very, very, very short, very cheap essay to enjoy the misery that leftists suffer because they're literally all insane. I got typhoid, boyfriend. Look out! Why'd I crash? Oh, government bail me out. Hit the white man that made me cry. No, you didn't pilot. You weren't held up to standards. Anyone, go get that book. Sandy's The Future of Wealth. You realize why. Loudmouth, fat black women, TIE fighter pilots crash. Why they ain't happy. That's not in the flight manual. I'll do a Miss Super Chats later because I want to get going. GT, this girl's wild. $2. Dating 3 girls without them knowing because I can. Good for you. It's better if they do know. Like, yeah, this is my other girl. Guys, if I were to play it all over again, I'm like, yeah, I'm dating a bunch of gals and you're going to like do X, Y, and Z. If you don't like it, you can leave. But, I don't know why you're saying but right now. Leave. This is annoying. I'll show you. I'll have hot quadruplesome sexums with you and all those other girls. Okay, fine. Then go ahead. Holy crap. Terminally Pretty for 50 very, 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 very generous dollars. Thanks, Terminally Pretty. Merry Christmas, Cappy. Sorry to hear about your crappy holiday. It's not, look, guys, you don't have to compensate me for bad luck or life. All right. That's just how you guys no doubt had bad things. Right. Has everyone had a great Christmas all years they've been alive? Maybe Santa has become an SJW. Cheer up. You could be living in Detroit. No, it has nothing to do with that. No, thank you guys for your charity and kindness. I really do appreciate it. But no, there's been way worse things that happened in my average week. It was just like, really, is this what we're doing today? Is this life just decided to present its dick to me early in Christmas morning? I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. All right. Gear up, MRFers. Weapon up. Here we go. Let's do it. Terminally Pretty. Here's to give you guys hope. It's not shtick, guys. It's not like, oh, look at Angry Cappy and I pull the cord and like fire up the ripcord engine like, oh, look at me. I'm an angry man. Ha I'm sure a little white guy was pissed off. No, I actually am real pissed off. Life has been shit. It's been a very piss-offery life. It is not shtick. But guys, here's the great thing. And Mark Dayton's never going to have this. And Nancy Pelosi never have this. So close. So close. It's not to happiness. It's like, it's all going to be over soon. House is going to be built. I don't have a huge FU fund, but I got enough that like it'll last me several years that I never have to answer to anyone again. Like the goal is like, if I could work security and just get by, I'm almost that close, guys. I'm almost that close. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but it's enough. It's enough. And as you all know, I always drive the crappy cars. Would it be nice to have that? Yeah, I probably would, but I'd rather have my freedom. And so things are going very well. It's the American success story. I'm this close, guys, to just like going from zero, not necessarily to hero, but just very content, quiet, samurai cutting his bonsai tree minimalist hero. And your $50 does make a jump towards that. And I'm not angry. It's just these are the things you got to deal with, which I'm sure all of you get to deal with. It's just, I'd like to think it wasn't this way. It wasn't like maybe in the day, people, family, loved ones, friends, other stuff, normal people wouldn't be this tarded. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is very generous. Psychological cynic. Man, we get a lot of new people today. $5. Merry Christmas, a-hole. 2020 may be bad, but 2021 will be even worse. I look forward to enjoying the guy. You know what? You're right. It is going to be worse. It is, because you're going to realize, oh, it's not just about the virus. They got another goal. And I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but they're going to, you just wait. And you know what? Anytime there's going to be a new flu, shut down the economy, print out $5 trillion more. Why is housing so expensive? Why did tuition go up? I'm going to find myself some small rock hut in Croatia. I don't know why Croatia. It just sounds like this small place nobody wants to go. This unassuming place. And they'll leave me alone. I don't know if the Croats are going to hate me or not. I don't even know if I'm going to Croatia. I just like to think the Croats be like, Orman Kareri, he go over there. We give young women to feed him borscht every once in a while. He leave. He keep to himself. Do not bother old pissed off American man hermit. That's all I want. You want banging all their hot daughters? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. If I go to a foreign country, the quickest way to piss off the locals is to bang their daughters. I'm just like, no. Plenty of good Croat men here. And I've dated your kind. Get the F out of here. Gonna sit and chill out. When you get to my level, guys, it's freedom. It's true freedom. Like, oh, no more girls. Well, what if a girl left you? Nonstop Dre, $2. I hope the new Kingsman movie isn't anything like the new James Bond. Yeah, but Dre, hey, did you notice how in the last one it was? Maybe it wasn't the last one. It was the black guy all white people like, but I hate his guts because he's such a poser. Big Kahuna Burger. Why can't I? You guys all know him. Pulp Fiction guy. You're all yelling it. I know you're that guy. He even said, this ain't that kind of movie. And you saw the immediate switch over where it's like the Kingsman became the new James Bond. Because frankly, aside from Casino Royale, all the James Bond movies sucked dick. They're horrible. I'm broody, Daniel Craig, and look at me be broody. I'm going to be broody over here. I'm not going to have sex with any women except for this really young 18-year-old that threw me off. Like, he ain't going to have sex. Oh, he did have sex with her. Why didn't you have sex with all the other hot, milfy cougar type of chick? Never mind. You're Daniel Craig. You're going to be moody. I'm going to be moody over here. No, I'm moody over here. Oh, and we made 5 James Bond movies out of that. It was crap. There was no schmaltz. Like Roger Moore. Now he overdid the schmaltz, but there was no even James Bond, which is the ultimate and the only James Bond. Sean Connery, he had a little bit of a schmaltz, a little bit of a play. Holy crap! Daniel Craig might as well be the Terminator. There's no humanity there. There's no fun. Oh my goodness! You know, even why can't I remember him? Remington Steele. I remember the 80s reference. I don't remember something 20 years more recent than that. Ian something? Christmas only comes once a year. I mean, even he played a little bit. Hey, let's get the most moody, grumpy MRF forever to like not have and then, hey, it's Daniel Craig. Wow. I want to watch a statue made of stone be James Bond. Yeah, but I like the Kingsman. Even the second one wasn't as good. Still good, though. I don't know why they bumped off the bald guy. Why did they bump him off? He was kind of critical to the team. And they have the Kingsman, which I think maybe you're referencing there, Dre, which has Ralph Fiennes in World War I. Okay, I'm going to tune into that. Dre, are you okay? There's not going to be any black people over in the World War I movie, in the King Man movie. Did you know there weren't a lot of British people in Britain back in 1914? Are you going to be okay with that? He's going to be okay with that because he's not a poo. Say. I think we're caught up. Maybe not. No. Damn it. We're not caught up. How many people? 455. Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody. I feel bad. 400, 500 people of us. Ain't nobody got anything else to do. Merry Christmas to all of you. We did our best. Except Trey. Even Atham was in here. For God's sake, this is oh man, when Atham comes in, like, boy, anybody's let into this party. Jesus. Mexi Mike, $5. I can't wait till we all discover that Disney's The Mandalorian stoic, lethal, dutifully mercenary is really an SJW and not a toxic masculine man. I dare him to do it. I dare him. See, I'm not aware. Like, now, if you guys want to watch, I'll reference you after this. You guys all tune in. You want a little bit of break from politics and all that. Tune into World-Class Bullshitters. They do a real good takedown, and they know, like, you know, what's a producer versus a director versus the studio. I don't know any of that. I thought director was like the main guy and he or she had all the control over. I guess not. But I'm going to guess the director of The Mandalorian would not allow that. Just as the director of the movie and the Guardians of the Galaxy is not going to make Star-Lord bisexual. Even though the comic book did, because comic book writer, go look up the comic book writer. He's a nobody. He's, you know. I hope they don't. I'm enjoying The Mandalorian so far. Hey, Chris Beckloff. You can find him at the Beckloff over on YouTube. Merry Christmas, Cappy. You should watch the party cheese salad video. No. You and Forney got me to watch some bleeping 2 forks, 1 spoon thing, and I'm never trusting a video from you again. Never again. I was honest about you, about the Mountain to Death march and hike. I said, hey, we're going to do this, and this is how long it is. This is the elevation gain. Don't think I didn't lie. I did not lie to you. I'm not trusting you on any video things again. Goblino Hunter, all new people, $10 Canadian. You're a true Chad alpha, Aaron. I love your badass videos for years. I got to tell you, buddy, when the collapse happens, I love to hang out with you and battle comments together like bros. I don't know if I'd be battling. To be honestly truthful, I'll tell you a little story. Let me pause. I'll tell you no, this will come back. I guess this is why I'm doing this afternoon. Back in the 80s, when feminists had yet to crush every man's nuts, we lived in a neighborhood. There was neighborhoods back in the day. And you still have neighborhoods, but, you know, you all got to worry about, you know, people being kidnapped and all that. And that was an increasing concern back in the day, too. But there was neighborhoods, and everybody had their own house. Oh, that's Bobby's house, and that's Frankie's house. So my brother got invited to Frankie's house. I wasn't invited. I was kind of pissed. I had been to Frankie's house. I've been friends with Frankie. Why am I not invited to Frankie? Well, I wasn't invited for whatever. They want to do sleepover or whatever. So I tried to infiltrate the house without anybody knowing, including the parents and the other siblings of Frankie. And I was able for over 2 hours to move in and out of that house without anyone knowing I was there. Even into their trailer and to their basement and everything else. I was able to clandestinely move for 2 hours and be among them without, and I wasn't even necessarily spying. It was more like, can I get here? Can I get there? Can I try to, you know, without me? And even if I was discovered, I somehow knew, like, well, they just assume I was hanging out with Frankie and my brother. But for 2 hours, I went undiscovered. And that's how I would do in a post-apocalypse, because, look, not to sound arrogant, I don't know anyone that could keep up with me. I know people who can keep up with me, but they're over 1,000 miles away, and there's only like 3 of them. Okay, so the immediate group of people, like, oh, the SHTFE or whatever it is, the F hits the fan. There's no one I trust, no one I know who can keep up with me. And if you need to be perfectly honest, I've thought, like, well, maybe I mercy kill my GF right here because she ain't gonna keep up with me, and I just go. And I would be a lone wolf. You can't make it as a lone wolf. I know that, but I don't want to be, slowed down with a bunch of tarted hogs either. With a bunch of yappy chihuahuas that can't make it more than 2 miles. And you and I, if you know how to clean a gun, I don't care if you shoot a gun. Can you clean one? You know how to disassemble it and clean it? You know how to make sure that your spring, and do you know how to clean a magazine? Make sure your spring in your magazine still has spring to it. And because I've gone through it in my head, and a lot of it has to do, everything's critical to that first 24 hours. Like, how much gas do I have? How far can I get away from the city? Where's a water source? I've mapped the water sources where there's not a lot of population. Where can I hang out? Where is there shelter? Where is it? What's a good berm? What's a good position to hold? Yeah, I mean, you could cover your 6. Yeah, you could come hang out, sure. But I have a feeling, like, if there's a post-apocalyptic world, I'm going to be hanging out with a whole new group of people. And who knows? I may be like the weak one, like, oh wow, what? Just because you prepared and had iodine pills and you made it here. Listen, F-tardo, we got a lot more. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I better just, like, I don't know if I'd, like, go down to, like, yeah, well, you're the community prostitute. No, yeah, no, I'm not. No, we start drawing guns, but I'm not going to be duking it out with the commies. Here's the other great thing about commies. Okay, I'm not the world's greatest prepper. Go to Bob, what's his name? Prepper Bob. No, not Sideshow Bob. What's his name? I forget his name. At least I will last 3 months. I do have 3 months food and water. Your average, anyone who collects a government check will be dead. Anyone who collects a government check will be dead in a month, like a week, 2 weeks, max. In a post-apocalyptic world, like they just, because they don't know how to survive. People who live off of 7-Eleven, the cities will just collapse like almost immediately. The suburbs will also collapse. I don't know. Maybe some white Minnesota men might they might discover their balls. Well, what are these? They have to get tweezers. Oh, wife, what are these? And meanwhile, wife has been enslaved back to the gangs, which don't exist anymore, by the way. They won't make it. But yeah, they're not gonna make it 50 miles outside of a city. Because I have a feeling there's only a couple key choke points, only a few key roads. If you look at any major metro, there's only a few, and the local townspeople, don't know if you knew this, liberal city people, they hate you. Oh, they want to kill you. They'd love nothing more than you to try and come on their little town, and when there's no cops around, when there's no law, you just try to make it up Highway 13. You just try to make it up Highway 61 and see what happens. You're all going to kill each other in the city. It's great. It's great. There's nothing goes on. No. Yeah, I just want to chill out. Got my nice little fresh water source of water. Nice little fireplace. Don't know what I'd live for. Frankly, I'd be contemplating eating a bullet. Like, well, what am I going to do? Guess maybe I should like start stockpiling books. Maybe I'd rate, you know what? That might actually happen. The interesting people would start to raid libraries. They're like, well, there's this town that's got a library. Oh, but the local hick trailer trash meth scumbags have the control over it. Like, well, we get that one. I don't want to sit another night reading nothing by candlelight. Guy Savelli for $5. He says nothing. Thank you very much. Did I catch up? Please tell me I caught up. No, I didn't catch up. Always thinking I'm catching up. Always thinking I'm catching up. It never ends. Aaron M for $5. I don't remember how many vids you said in, but I love when you say teachers and professors are common. Something about it is inspiring. Well, because they are common. All right, look, teacher, professor, doesn't matter. The whole point is that you are so bad at what your expertise is that you're not compensated enough by the real world to do it. And this is the paradox or the catch-22 that poor young kids face themselves in. We are educated by our failures in society. And it's even worse than that because now we require you go through pomp and circumstance. For example, the best journalist in the world today, his name is Joe Souchere. And him and I have our disagreements. He probably doesn't like me too much. I don't like him too much either, personally. But there's no doubt in my mind that this man he's the best journalist you will ever find in the past 80 years. 50. He's the best journalist of our time. But he doesn't have a journalism degree. That's a master. Forget if he doesn't even have a journalism degree. He doesn't have a master's or doctorate in journalism. So here's this guy. And if you guys want, look it up. It's Garage Logic. It's a good show. Not have philosophical differences with it. He's a quaint old man. Like, I'm going to live in the city and then things will just magically get better with my leftist liberal wife. Like, yeah, okay here, buddy. He's got skin in the game. He's got kids. But this guy is a legit journalist. And he's made every progression of technology, even though this guy's completely clueless about technology. He's made the jump to talk show radio host. He was a sports guy. He was a journalist. He was a newspaper guy. He wrote it for the Pioneer Press. He could do television only because his mug is so ugly, it would be a character of it. And now he's made the jump to podcast. Now he's digital. Right? He couldn't teach a class in journalism. Why? Because he doesn't have his effing master's degree. He's a graduate of St. Thomas, by the way, which is a worthless institution. They would never have him. They would never have him because not only because he doesn't have a doctorate or a master's, they would never have him because he's not a Marxist Catholic, just like your Pope. But you have to understand that when you get to this level of not only lack of real world experience, but you're so far removed from the real world that your professors and teachers are completely worthless. Absolutely worthless. And I would argue damaging because you have your failures. And people are not only failures, people have never spent a touch of reality in the real world teaching you. Well, you'll keep sending your kids to college and university because that's it. Don't send them to the military. Don't send them to trade school. Oh, Christ, no. Don't send them online. Media hits, $5. All of December is Christmas and everything is closed today. So nothing really to do. So what's with you and Las Vegas this winter? Not in Vegas now, staying in Minnesota because I got to go back to South Dakota. I like those tiles. I don't like those tiles. That's what I do. Nothing. Very thankful, very happy. The Book of Numbers is selling very well. Link down below. So I'm very happy about that. What's success look like? Hey, here it is. You're in your pajamas at almost 6 p.m. There's nothing. There's nothing. Here's what success looks. You know what success looks like? Success looks like, well, I don't have cancer. Nothing bad happened. It's so boring. Success is so boring. Because all your friends like log themselves down with debt, wives, children, whatever. They all effed up. Success is boring. It's lonely. You're like, hey, I didn't screw up and I didn't have more kids than I could afford and I saved my money. Anybody? No, not you, you 25-year-old putz. I don't want to hang out with you and go dude pro it up. You're using your parents' money. I want like, hey, anybody? Life, purpose, meaning, reason, live, what going on? Anybody? Hey? Oh, it's a real podcast now. Hang out with 440 other people online. So I'll go to Vegas this winter. I'll hang out there. I'll be there. Fred Freeman Saul for $2. I was going to give you part of my inheritance, death tax. Hey, yeah, if all of you want to avoid taxes, you can make a $14,000. Well, hang on. Let's look this up. It used to be $14,000. Gift exemption. IRS.gov. Jesus Christ. Who pays the gift tax? What can be excluded from gifts? How can I gifts? All right, let's just call it $14,000. In a year past, you could donate $14,000 tax-free. It's probably higher now, very likely higher now. If you want to donate $14,000 to me, yeah, I'll take it. But I've talked about this before on a more serious matter. Like, I don't have any heir apparents. And my money would obviously probably go to the GF and my nieces. But I'm not even sure about my nieces because, you know, they'll hit puberty and be like Marxist, communist, little, I'm going to make you injustice, become a black woman over on the desktop. I'm like, yeah. So I'd rather help out the guy get out of jail who was wrongly convicted than that. But if you wanted to like pass on your money regularly, the IRS gives you a pretty good leeway to do that. $14,000 a year at minimum, last I checked, that you can pass on to whoever you want. They don't have to pay taxes. You don't pay taxes. So it's not sexy. It's not exciting, but it's practical and functional. Hudson Jackson, too. Wow, look at this polished dude over here with his glasses and his suit. The second. You sure you don't work for the Death Star? Merry Christmas. First super chat, but not quite new here. I came across your blog back in 2016. Didn't realize you were on YouTube until this past summer. Oh, thanks, Hudson. Where are you at? You look like Southwest Arizona. I'm only looking because it's all brown in the background with the roof. It almost looks like cactus. It doesn't look like you don't look like you're in Seattle, is what I'm saying. But anyway, thanks for the $10 donation, Hudson. Hope you're doing well. Fred Freeman, solid $2. Easier thin lib gal to traditional or heavy trad gal to thin? Heavy trad gal to thin. Absolutely. I've said this a long time ago, Fred. This was when I had a radio show for 13 minutes. It is easier to make a fat woman thin than a hot girl nice. Always go with the overweight chick. But all women, it's a law of gravity. All women want to get fat. They will always go to density. They will always go to mass. It's law of gravity. Law of women is the law of gravity. They always want to get fat. In two ways you do with it. You tell them, if you go over this many pounds per inch, because, you know, women have different height, so you got to do that. And if you ever go above X amount of weight, I will leave you. You never get married. then you're okay. The second you say, I do, you're over. Here's the real reason you never get married. Forget the laws and all that, which are compelling enough. You never marry a girl because then you can walk away anytime she gets fat. And you say, well, what's anytime she gets fat? The answer is all the time. Women always get fat. They always do. It's compelling enough. Dude, I've seen hot Asian chicks from overseas, not American. They're Chinese, Vietnamese, whatever. They come over like, okay, you're 90 pounds and 5'0". Matter of fact, I'd like to make you a little bit more weighty. I've seen them get fat, turn to 200 pounds. One gal is sitting right across from her. I dated her when she was hot. Sat right across from her like 5-6 years later. And like, oh, my name's Connie. I'm like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Like, oh, Aaron. I'm like, that's weird. She laughed at me and said, oh, Aaron, that's kind of odd. I just met this girl. Wasn't until 2 weeks later, like, bobbity boo. My friend who hosted the party, like, oh, yeah, remember your ex-girlfriend, Connie? I'm like, yeah, what about her? Well, didn't you talk to her? I'm like, no, I didn't talk to her. Like, yes, you did. You were right there saying, like, oh, wait. Doobie dabby dabby doo. Doobity dabbity dibbity doobity. That girl that was hot at one time was the fat Sal that I just said. I didn't recognize her because she was so fat. Guys, I was effing her, looking into her eyes, grabbing something below her neck. Like, I saw her face. And then sitting across from her, didn't recognize her. It's much easier to take a heavy girl and make her thin than a hot chick and make her nice. And the reason why is that all women love... Okay, boys, everybody, give you a 10-second count. Go grab a piece of paper and a pencil. Write this down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Pen to paper. Women, write this all down. Women love, waiting for you to all write it down. Food, Food, more than, THAN, not THEN, you. You could do a U or WOU. Women love food more than you. That's 98% of the case. Because if it wasn't, then there'd be a lot thinner women, wouldn't there now be? So there you go. That we're caught up. I'm getting tired, guys. I have to go. Hey, shouldn't we all like go have a... Hey, let me ask you this, guys. Send in the chat room. Let's do this, okay? I know we're all kind of bachelors, bachelorettes. We're kind of all, I don't know, we're kind of like estranged Christmas kids. What movie are you going to watch, okay? I'm going to watch the Snoopy movies. I'm going to watch the Snoopy shows. Even though it might go back to Halloween and Thanksgiving, but I like Snoopy. I want to know what you guys are going to watch. And yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It's the only Christmas movie. It's really the ultimate and penultimate Christmas movie. Hey, Fernando, our Portuguese agent in the field, who's maybe in Brazil. The U.S. won't ever get worse than Brazil was in the 80s. Cheers up. We'll be all right. At least you won't have to learn Portuguese. I don't know. I'm not against learning Portuguese. I know a very attractive Portuguese girl. She's also an economist. Nonstop Trey, we're giving our affirmative action, kind of retarded jarhead agent in the field. $2. When will you do a show with Turtling Monkey and Rollo? When we all have time. I've been on the same show with Rollo a couple times. TFM and it's not a choice. He's gainfully employed. I'm gainfully employed, and we'll do it. I gave him an invite to the very happy Christmas, but he was busy. Ice Snows for $2. Happy Kwanzaa. Sure, if you want to believe in that makeup bullshit thing. Talk about a Me Too holiday. Yeah, but us too. Yeah, like, oh, are you the first not white male to do X, Y, and Z? I hate to sound like such a sexist and racist prick, but I'm not, because I hold all brothers and sisters, regardless to the same standard. Are you the first human to do it? That's all that matters. Because I'm on Team Human. I don't know what team you're on. Oh, obviously I do know what team you're on. Yay. Like, Kwanzaa should be so shame. Like, wow, you can't just be happy with Christmas. No, you like, oh, but it's the Black Christmas. It was made up by a guy. Look up the history of Kwanzaa. Some radical dumbass. And he is a dumbass. He's got a criminal record. That's not it. I'm just pointing out he's a nobody. He decided in the 70s he's going to create this thing, Kwanzaa. Oh my God. And that's what you look like. You look like the short bus, frankly. And he says, well, it comes from Africa and this and that. And he like really reached into genuine African history and like, well, there's this group of people and which frankly is no different than, by the way, Jesus wasn't born December 25th. It has to do more with more pagan religion, but I won't mention that because that'd be too publicly incorrect. But he like reached, and this is like as fake as ever could fake. It's not a real holiday. It's not. Just say we want. Look, here's what would be cooler. Why don't you have Black American holiday? Hear me out on this. Being deadly serious. Black American holiday. And you could celebrate some genuine achievements, none of which most modern day Black people have, which would be like jazz. What else? The guy, not Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves was the first original Western. He was this guy who took over a Confederate ship, and they should have made a movie out of it, and they did. There's plenty to celebrate. Why don't you just have Black American kick-ass holiday? Why can't we have? No, you got to parasite off of an already existing holiday. Like, yeah, it's our Black version of Christmas. Like, gay, lame. Why don't you do something really cool like Sigourney Weaver or Wesley Snipes in Blade and create something totally like, how hard was it to sell Americans on Cinco de Mayo? How hard is it to sell Americans on St. Patrick's Day? Think Americans actually give a crap about the Irish and their plight against the British? You think they even know about the Revolutionary War in the 1910s? You think they're even aware of it? I guarantee, here's how bad you Latinos have become because you became too American. You don't even know what Cinco de Mayo is about. It's not about the revolutionary freedom or independence. You beat the French. There was a battle, a lopsided battle. You guys kicked ass. It was like Agincourt. You kind of kicked a lot of ass. Lopsided. Like, you weren't expected to win. All the Vegas bookies were against you, and everybody made a lot of money. Which they didn't. But Kwanzaa, it's us too. Yay. Hey, here comes the Burger King's Kids Club. Second place or worse. Would you like the first person to cure cancer? Subnote. Okay, hear me out. Jessica Ferenson cures cancer. Oh my God, Jessica Farron said she's the woman that cured cancer. She can cure cancer, cure cancer, cure cancer. Footnote, female black. Just known the first person to cure cancer. Do you want to aim for that? Like, first accepted left-handed black Hispanic Latino female vagin that walked and wiped her own ass. Yay, Kwanzaa. Like, you're not fooling anyone. You're not like, hey, does anyone actually celebrate it too? Like the little young black dude over there, your little black child. I think he wants Santa Claus. I don't think he cares if she's black or white. I think he just wants some free stuff. Which as a kid, which most of you have forgotten what it's like to be, but which is a tragedy. I think every little kid, be yellow, black, or white, to your children in the sight. Jesus loves them and not you in the world. I think every little kid wants Santa to bring them some good stash. Or at least a gift card or money. I mean, I was always happy with the money. Oh, but Kwanzaa, dirty. Shut up. Just shut up. You do know you've overplayed the cards. Like, no one cares about Kwanzaa anymore. No one cares. It's like there's no such thing as racism or sexism. Oh, I was accused of sexism. Who wasn't, buddy? Oh, I'm a racist. Yeah, well, who isn't, buddy? It's over. You flooded the market. It's too late. And Kwanzaa? Short bus kids. But. All right, glad we had that. And all my black listeners agree with me. No, they do. I guarantee. Let's talk to Dre. Do you want cash or do you want Kwanzaa? I do want to know. Actually, that'd be interesting. Like Dre, because he's a younger guy. Like, did they ever force Kwanzaa down your throat? Or were you just like, dude, where's the fat, jolly white guy with all the fucking free shit? That's what I want to know. He knows. Look up the name Charles Vance Miller. The guy left a legendary will. One great practical joke. Charles Vance Miller. This sounds interesting. Charles Vance Miller. Millar. He's smiling. Born in 1854, died in 1926. Canadian lawyer and financier, president, part-time owner of a brewery. He also owned racehorses. This is a guy I can enjoy. Early years. Death. A will. Miller's greatest and final prank was his will, which says in part, this will is necessarily uncommon and capricious because I have no dependents or near relations and no duty rests upon me to leave any property at my death. And what I do leave is proof of my folly in gathering and retaining more than I required in my lifetime. That's a very accurate economic definition. What? The will had several unusual bequests. 3 men were known to despise each other. T.P. Galt, K.C. J.D. This is hey, K.C. J.D. is back in the fucking 1920s. Montgomery Haverson, James Haverson Casey were granted joint lifetime tenancy at Miller's vacation home in Jamaica to each practicing Protestant minister in Toronto and every Orange Lodge in Toronto a share of O'Keefe Brewery stock, like a Catholic business, if they participated in its management and drew on its dividends. 2 anti-horse racing advocates, the Honorable Judge William Rainey and Reverend Samuel Chowan, and a man who detested the Ontario Jockey Club, Abe Oprin, were to receive a share of the Ontario Jockey Club stock, provided their shareholders in 3 years. Rainey Chowan's share were eventually given to charity, and Oprin accepted his share. Oprin, he detested the Jockey Club. See, the other 2 guys were honest. They gave it up. They gave it to charity. Each duly ordained Christian minister in Walkerville, Sandwich, and Windsor, except Spracken, who shot at a hotel keeper, was to receive a share of the Kenilworth Park racetrack just located. That sounds fun. Sounds good. Sounds good that he did that. Yeah, you learn something every day. Mateus Horta. So it's Brazilian reals. R. What's the R in front of the 5? Are you gonna cheat me out of American dollars? What's the R? Spending Christmas with Cappy, Mama, and some horses. Extended family is overrated. Yeah, horses are overrated. But I'm glad you're spending time with your mom. Merry Christmas to your mom. Give her a hug for me. She's like, why are you giving me a hug? Like, it's this crazy guy in America. Give me a hug, Ma. We caught up? No, we're not caught up. God bleep it. Busako Man for $1.09 super. I don't know what the super sticker is. If it's a Mexican farting poop, you and Atham go form your own club. Mateus Horta for $5. I don't know what is that. Bad Santa. Oh, for the movie you'd watch. Okay, yeah, no, I could see that. Petreus Nutuatus, €2. Happy Yule. Pagan represent. Thank you. Was it the 21st? Was the solstice? Nonstop Dre, $2. It's not, nobody listened to him. I bet they make a holiday for Cardi B song Web. Hey, you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen to Cardi B? Nothing. She's going to die. Do you guys remember? She was the hottest thing ever. And then she went away, and I can't remember her name. There's only more proof. She was a Latina chick, and then she went away. Cardi B is going to do the same thing. And WAP is going to go away. And all the people that believed in WAP, and oh my gosh, the WAP and Cardi B and the Nicki Minaj and all that other stuff, they'll just be a bunch of fat minority chicks, I guess. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? It would be a really cool proverbial finger to give to society. This is for the minority men within the community, not Asian, not Hispanic. I'm sorry, not Asian, not American, East Indian. Black Hispanics and whites to give the proverbial finger. If we just went out in class, man, if we just like worked out, got jacked, got ripped, we left our money to our little nieces. Nope. We just got all good looking, you know. We all put on our like nice studs and everything. Maybe we learned a step or two in salsa. Maybe we learned a little bit of tango. Just all got groomed up, looked good. Like, nah, I got other stuff to do. Well, why are you looking? Who are you looking good for? Myself. Biatch. Because I can't say it. Because then it doesn't get monetized, and I don't care about monetization. Mexi Mike, $5. Happy Festivus. The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I've got a lot of problems with you people, and now you're going to hear about them. Ben Stiller's dad died. Jerry Stiller. Jerry Stiller was the actor who did that, who unfortunately passed away 3 years ago. Am I caught up? No. God. I think I'm caught up now. Aaron M., $10. What are my chances at success in life? I work 50 to 70 hours per week. I'm 17, grew up poor, hate lazy parasitism. I'm interested in animation as a business and construction, lifting heavy shit. Your chances of success are nearly 100%. And here's the reason why. At 17, if you're already working 50 to 70 hours per week, nothing's going to faze you. You know exactly what it takes to survive in the real world. So anything that happens after this, now I'm not saying it's going to be smooth sailing. It's not. There's going to be trials and tribulations. You're going to have success and failures. But like nothing is going to be as bad as it is right now, unless like there's a genuine economic collapse and then like we're eating our parents or something like that. But that horrific possibility aside, no, you're doing the hard lifting now, so you know what it takes. And going forward, you hate laziness and parasite. You're not going to be lazy. And if you're working 50 to 70 hours a week, that's going to be ingrained in you. You're not going to, you may, at one day, you may say, I don't want to work 50 to 70 hours a week. I'm going to just chill out at 40. You're still going to have this compunction that's going to drive you towards excellence, or at least some kind of production. Maybe, hopefully, you have some kids and you can invest that extra energy into your children. Make sure they grow up. You grew up poor, so you know the value of a dollar. You hate laziness and parasitism. You have the philosophical underpinnings of a productive and real man. Interested in animation as a business? No. Unless you're like super really talented, no. Construction and lifting heavy stuff. Okay, that's a legitimate business. Now, I'm not saying don't pursue your artistic endeavors or your dreams or your desires, but maybe bank on construction because people need a place to live. That's what. And then your animation is your hobby, your magnum opus, your thing that you tinker with downstairs. Swear to God, Aaron, I don't know if you're a minority or not. Don't get a girl pregnant. Don't get a girl pregnant. You're going to be fine, man, as long as you don't get a girl pregnant. But I love her. She is my woman. All right, there we go. I'm glad this was an original that lasted 3 hours. These damn people throwing me money, man. Even though, here's your final Christmas thing. All right, and 400 people are still tuning in. Merry Christmas to everyone. But hey, at least now one of us knows what it's like to be a conservative thought or a hot chick on the internet where people just throw money at it. So BS set aside, thank you. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. All 400 of you, 500 at one time. Guys, it still gets me. There's that many people that are tuning into me on Christmas. But I love you guys, man. I love you, man. But no, I kind of love you guys, and thank you very much for all your support in this past year. And Busako Man has a super stick, which you don't know. But I hope you guys have a good Christmas. And go do something fun. Let's all watch a good movie or something like that. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.